I don't think we need to beat around the bush any longer. People have been clamoring. People want to know. They've been asking for a year now. It's time to finally answer the question. Do you guys prefer IHOP or Waffle House?
Waffle House.
Really?
Yeah, I like Waffle House.
Interesting.
I'm going to go with IHOP personally.
Ooh. Now it's.
I think I've been to each of them once, so that's my.
So
my
you don't have
experience.
much of an opinion on the matter. You just been once and you enjoyed IHOP a little more.
Yeah, from what I remember, neither are great. It's nothing I would seek out ever.
What about Waffle House for you?
I just like their food.
Yeah.
In general, yeah. I think I've only been to IHOP once or twice. It's all right, but
If I would have thrown Denny's in, Dave, would you have said Denny's?
Yes.
I would have probably said Denny's too. I would have switched that up.
I do love Denny's.
Grand Slam, motherfucker.
I do the moons over my hammy. We've discussed this,
Yeah.
I think, multiple times, but it's all so good. I've only had Waffle House twice. Once it was the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten, and once it was pretty decent. IHOP has just been consistently okay, I guess. So I think I'll say IHOP just to play it safe. But there are so many people that like Waffle House.
I like it. You can get grits there.
No. Good.
You don't like grits?
And I do not like grits. No.
Yeah, I don't know. People swear by Waffle House. Pro wrestlers on the road, they love Waffle House. They can get their grilled chicken and egg whites.
Yeah.
Is that open during the day? Like I've only heard of it referenced as people going there at 3 o'clock in the morning.
You
can go there any time of the day.
It's 24 hours.
Walking out of a Slayer concert, right? Yeah, you just fucking stumble into Waffle House.
All right.
Do you think Taco Bell being open late and becoming like a bigger thing in the last few decades has hurt Waffle House? Because like, what are you going to go? You going to go get an omelet? You're going to go get a cheesy gordita crunch?
No, because most of those people want to go sit down somewhere. They don't want to grab it and go home and eat, right? Isn't that the purpose of Waffle House? Jesus. The purpose of Waffle House? Those two phrases don't go together. Just to go sit down somewhere and hang out for a little bit longer?
I certainly agree with that, but I think isn't the appeal that go through the drive-thru and then go fucking home and eat it?
I don't know. I think it's two different crowds.
Yeah.
Some people want to eat and go home. Some people want to hang out a little bit longer. Extend that magical night.
Have some coffee and some grits.
Yeah. I'm home and asleep. I don't know what goes on.
You're a Taco Bell guy. That's not lie.
That's true.
If you're coming home from a concert, it's Taco Bell.
What night did we all went to a Denny's after a night of bar hopping?
We did.
A while back.
A couple years ago.
Yeah.
After the
It's
Office.
fucking awesome.
After the Office musical.
That's right. January of 2019?
I think it was.
We were baby podcasters back then.
We were.
Little itty bitty babies. Little did we know what the future had in store for us. So welcome to the year-end show.
No, that was 2020.
That's what I said earlier, and you told me 2019.
Oh, that would have been 3 years ago. That's not right. 2020.
We were talking about it all.
Because I don't even know what year it is.
Yeah, and you said 2019, so I was like, I go
No, that's
with
not
that.
right. 2020. You're right.
Look, the last few years have been real rough.
Yeah. It all blends together.
Hard to remember what the fuck's going on. We did The Office just before the pandemic shut down.
So 2020.
I believe. Yeah. So here we are wrapping up 2021, our third annual year-end show. We'll talk about the ups and downs for about, 3 minutes, and then we'll just answer stupid, goofy questions that I came up with. I don't know. How do you guys feel? 2021, wrapping it up.
I feel good.
I think it was a great year.
I think
A
so
lot of
too.
good shows, a lot of good growth with the show, a lot of new listeners.
The year started with the biggest cheating scandal in United States history.
That's
for
true.
voting.
That's true.
And it ended with the second place of vote getter, being kicked 12 months in December.
People were properly punished, in my opinion.
Well, how dare they vote against Casey Anthony?
She came out on top in the end. Did her show first, right?
She always does, Dave. She always does.
She likes it on top.
So I've heard or fantasized about. Anyways.
She likes to smother you with her love.
Oh boy. So I don't know. What any initial thoughts before we dive into just some questions? And I have some stuff. I've been waiting all year for F, Marry, Kills. I have a few of those. We have some One Has to Go. We have some Would You Rathers. We have some listener submitted questions. You guys got any thoughts? I mean, it was a pretty big growth year for us.
I'm very positive. I think I'm ending this year the most positive I've ever been in my life.
Wow,
That's a good sign, right?
Yeah. This is the most positive I've been.
It's exceeded your wildest expectations, right?
Yeah.
You never would have thought this would have happened.
Remember when it was just you and me recording that first fucking Roswell episode? Fucking just stumbling our way through something, and look at this now.
Yep.
Pretty fucking cool.
All right. Dave, you got anything else for that one? No?
No, I concur. It's amazing, amazing what you can do, I guess, with a little perseverance and some nonsense talk.
Well, hey, we're not the only entertainment that was available in 2021. There's lots of movies and music that came out. I want to hear from you guys the best movies and albums of 2021. Obviously, I have no answer for either of these. So I'm going to defer to you guys.
I made a little list today thinking about that.
All right. Look at this guy.
Let's hear it.
In no order for movies, I have the Candyman remake, Pig, Honeydew, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Oxygen.
Pig was really good.
Pig was really good.
I love that movie. It was great.
Is that also on your top 5
It is,
list
yeah. Pig was really fun.
Remind everyone what Pig is.
Pig is
No
Nicholas.
spoilers, though. It's a new...
Nicolas Cage is a truffle hunter with a truffle pig out in the Oregon, I guess, wilderness in the forest, living in a little cabin. And
Like the little chocolates? You just go looking for them?
no, it's like mushroom truffles, not the chocolate truffles. And chaos ensues pretty much. And it's just an interesting screenplay. Nicolas Cage is always great. So
Well, that's... I think we discussed that recently, and that is, I do not...
and it remains true to this day.
Nicolas Cage is something else.
I thought it was great.
Oxygen was really good. It was different. It was it's like this woman wakes up. She was cryogenically frozen to, go to another planet for harvesting it or whatever. But she wakes up. She's not supposed to wake up, and she can't get out of it. The whole movie is shot inside her pod, like this little coffin size.
I didn't see that.
It's really good.
I would not like that.
Very claustrophobic feeling. Like the camera angles, it's for real just shot inside this.
Wow.
There was a movie a few years ago. I think it was with Ryan Reynolds where he was buried alive.
Yeah.
And the whole movie was shot inside the coffin with him, or the casket with him, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
It wasn't that great of a movie, I don't remember, but it was very like, if you're claustrophobic or afraid of small places, it was terrifying.
Yeah, this one has a pretty wild twist. It would be,
Really?
I'm not going to spoil it because it just came out.
We don't need to get into that. Yeah. All right.
The coffin thing is absolutely terrifying and one of my biggest fears.
Also, did we discuss on the show, is there a difference between a casket and a coffin? I believe there is, and I don't remember what it is.
I don't know.
I believe there's a difference between a casket and a coffin.
It's like a casket with all the padding in it and stuff. And a
Coffin's just a wooden box, maybe?
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
That like you think of like the vampires being in like a coffin type thing, right? I don't know. I'm sure someone out there knows, but
All I'll say to that is Ryan Reynolds has Uma Thurman not taught you anything. All you have to do is punch right through the coffin. You keep punching upward and the same thing, and you can crawl right through it. So that's my advice.
apparently he didn't watch any movies.
I look back at the movie list and I'm really far behind. I know Oscar season's coming up. I did not watch a lot of movies this year. I don't know.
You typically like to watch all the best picture nominees.
I do, yeah. I don't know what that'll be. It's a couple months away, but
February.
I feel like I'm behind, yeah. All right, so I'm going to give you my 5. Dune, No Time to Die, Blood Red Sky, Pig, and I got a couple in 5th place here.
You just go ahead.
I'm going to go
No one said 5.
with the Fear Street series on Netflix.
Those were really good.
I really enjoyed those. So all 3 of them. Not necessarily the best movies of the year, but my favorites.
That's all we're asking for.
Yeah.
You're not the Academy. Clearly, if you were, a shitty movie like Pulp Fiction would have beat Forrest Gump, and that's an atrocity. We'll leave it to the Academy for the big, important adult decisions.
That's all you can ask for. And honorable mention is the new VHS 94 from 2021. Did you watch that?
I have not watched
it. It is
it
so
yet.
ridiculous. It's so great.
The first one, all of them.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah.
This was fantastic. So if you like those VHS movies, check out
What
the
is
new one.
I've never heard of this. VHS.
I like old campy horror movies from way back and kind of vignette stories. The new one is so good.
It's like, is it so bad it's so good?
It's fantastic.
Okay, so it's so bad it's so good. All right. So there you go. There's your list of movies from the experts themselves. What about music? Ian, you had a lot of music this year.
Yeah,
I know that because I wake up every morning to a bunch of texts that you're sending Dave of new albums that come out.
I did 5. Obviously, Kanye West, Donda.
You can do more than 5 too. I know when I send it to you guys, I think I said 5, but you just whatever thing you loved. Go ahead.
I like Kanye West, Spirit Box. Their new album was really good. Every Time I Die, Pop Smoke, and then Amity Affliction just came out with an EP like last week that was really good.
He mispronounced Amity Affliction. He meant Asking Alexandria. Their EP was bomb.com.
5 Finger Death Punch. We saw your Spotify list, pal. I posted it.
All right. That's his list, Dave. You got anything?
I did not have much music.
No new music this year.
Yeah, I think it was one of those years where I listened to my same playlist all year, but I got a few.
Deftones and NWA.
I think the Deftones ones was last year, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm just meaning what you usually go back to listen to.
Oh, yeah, like the same stuff.
All right.
It's comforting. It's like a warm blanket, you know.
Yeah.
Sure.
Glass of bourbon and a warm blanket.
There you go.
But nonetheless, I will go with Megan Thee Stallion this year. Came out with something for the hotties. Nas had a good new album this year I thought was pretty good because it had a song with featuring Lauryn Hill, which was excellent.
She was on Donda as well.
Was she? Mm-hmm. No, I didn't get to that one yet. Alicia Keys I thought was a really good album this year. A lot of good stuff on there.
I always like Alicia Keys.
Mm-hmm. Cattle Decapitation came out with a pretty good album this year, I thought.
I think they opened for Brooks and Dunn last year.
I blew him off the stage. And Dying Wish, a new band I found this year. Remember those
female
guys? Yeah. Mm. So that's my 5 for the year.
It's a good list.
I think I missed a lot. I'm way behind, but
hey, it's just your favorites thus far.
Yeah,
no one can fault you for that.
Don't judge.
All right. Anything else in the entertainment industry? Anything coming out next year you guys are excited for?
The Matrix came out today. I can't believe I'm sitting here doing this instead of watching
I've been fucking talking about that for weeks. Did you watch the other 3?
No.
See?
I meant to.
You didn't either.
No.
Yeah. Well, if you need a nap, watch the first one. So do you have a day set then when you're going to watch all 4? Are you gonna watch all, you can do like a 2 and 2 type thing?
I wanted to be done and in place where I could watch it today, but I don't know. Now I'm going to have to wait a few days.
What's the other Keanu Reeves, the one that I like?
John Wick.
Okay. Matrix or John Wick? What's better? One has to go. This is an on the fly. One has to go.
That's a tough one.
I think
I stumped both of you.
yeah.
John Wick has to go.
Damn it.
Yeah, I think so. I think I agree with that.
The new Matrix looks so good.
All right.
I'm so excited.
So that's you'll review that in coming weeks.
I will.
All right.
I'll give you my less than expert opinion.
Ian, anything else coming up in 2022 that you're looking forward to? Albums? It's kind of going to promise us an album that'll come out 4 years from now.
Maybe. I don't. Under Oath has a new album coming out that I'm excited for. But there's a bunch of movies. There's a Scream remake, the Robert Pattinson Batman. It's coming out.
Forgot about Scream. Yeah, that'll be fun.
The trailer for Batman looked really good when I went to see Spider-Man a couple days ago.
Is that really Batman just like a standalone type thing, or is it part of like some kind of universe?
No, it's just a standalone. I think it's going to be rated R like the new Joker was.
That's cool.
I'll take that.
I like those rated R versions, like Logan for X-Men stuff. It was really good.
I generally have a prohibition against PG-13 movies. I don't really watch them.
Well, that was your thing with like horror films, but other films,
Yeah,
I mean,
generally I try to steer clear because that's not how people talk. Like it just seems edited. Maybe that's just me with my potty mouth, but
I think it depends on the movie too.
yeah, I don't know.
The Spider-Man also Across the Spider-Verse, the animated one's going to come out.
Okay.
22, the sequel for that. The focus is on Miles Morales, the other version of Spider-Man.
Okay.
All right. Let's get into some One Has to Go. Do a couple of these.
Those are tough.
I hope they are.
After Mary Kills, you have 3 different kind of things you can do. Like this one has
getting
to
rid
go.
of one forever.
So permanent, Mike.
There's a couple I wrote. I have about 5 of them here altogether. We're not going to go through all of them right now. But there's 2 I wrote specifically with you guys in mind. We'll get to that. First one, though. One has to go. Steak, fried chicken, fish, or pork chops. One has to go.
Fried chicken. I don't like fried chicken.
Pork chops.
I'm with you, Ian. I would say pork chops as well. I like fried chicken.
I love fried chicken.
I think I found this one on Instagram, so that's why.
I had pork chops the other night. They were so good. I couldn't even wait till lunch to have them again the next day. I was eating pork chops at 8:50 in the morning.
Don't get me wrong. He's like, well, I guess I'm having lunch.
Oh my God, were they good?
Pork chops are delicious, but that's a tough lineup, in my opinion.
I like fried chicken.
You don't love
so I
fried
don't care.
chicken. I fucking love fried chicken.
Me too.
All right. Well,
That was an easy one.
yeah, that was for me too, though, when I wrote it. All right, I have one now. I'm going to do the one for Ian first. And then I have one that I think's for both of you.
They're targeted, specialized ones.
Well, just wait till the F. Mary Kills Day. If your mind is going to be fucked.
It's not nice.
My favorite thing is when Dave has to he gives his answer for an F. Mary Kill, but then 20 minutes later comes back and wants to revise his answer. Because then you have fucked his mind so much. He's just thinking about that and wants another shot at it.
Oh, so funny.
Anyways, maybe I'll do this with Ian. I don't know. Because I went into this blind. I just Googled and I was like, all right, I'm going to pick these 4 and we'll see what he says. Ian, one has to go. Kanye West albums. Graduation, Life of Pablo, Ye, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. One has to go. Erased from history. Did I pick good ones?
Yeah. There's
It's like, yeah, fuck you, man. I honest to God, I just Googled Kanye West albums and then I went through and I was like, oh, that looks good. That one. 'Cause I don't fucking know.
I will get rid of Yay. I really like that album, but
Yay
Yeah.
is gone.
yeah, that one's gone.
All right.
I like it, but
Not the best.
no, not compared to Life of Pablo or
Got to pick one, right? What are you going to do?
All right, here's one for you guys. Metal bands. And I went into this. I've heard of all 4 of these, but I don't know where you guys rank them. We'll find out. One has to go. Cannibal Corpse, Morbid Angel, Behemoth, Amon Amarth.
Damn, those are good ones.
One has to go. Erased from history. Cannibal Corpse, Morbid Angel, Behemoth, Amon Amarth.
I could probably do without Behemoth based on that list.
Okay. Do you like Behemoth, though, typically?
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. It's not my go-to kind of stuff. That's why I can kind of live
I
without
like those
it.
guys. Mike, we saw them live a couple years ago.
Did I? Really? I saw them. Behemoth?
Remember Behemoth?
I mean, I remember the show in Columbus, right? Yeah. I don't remember Behemoth. I mean, maybe.
I will get rid of Morbid Angel.
Wow. Okay.
I love Behemoth.
Is Morbid Angel, you like them, though?
Yeah,
Is that a
of
tough
course.
one?
Yeah,
for you?
sure.
Okay. All right.
Amon Amarth is really good. Fucking Viking metal. Hell yeah, dude.
I believe our friend Jared from Just Brew Coffee is a big fan of them.
He is.
Yeah.
You want to get pumped up to go fucking murder people? Put Amon Amarth on. Grab your sword. You're like slicing and dicing people's innards open, man.
Would you rather accidentally send a dirty text to your boss or a dirty voicemail to your mom?
A dirty text to my boss.
Yeah, I agree.
I guess it would depend on how cool your boss is.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think I agree with that as well. You don't want to lose your job over something. You can always,
Haha, Mom. That was funny, huh?
Happy Mother's Day.
Wasn't your asshole I was talking about? Hope you didn't. That was third person. Hope you.
No, Mom, delete that picture. Delete that picture. Delete that picture. Would you rather have sex in 32-degree weather or 100-degree weather?
32-degree weather.
It's gonna be hard to keep a boner, man.
I'm not trying to be in that heat. Fuck
Look,
that.
both sound so bad. Sound awful.
32 is not that cold.
No, I was wearing shorts yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's tough in the cold, though.
I'm definitely with the 32 crowd. I can't do it in 100. Oh, that's too hot. I'll fucking go lay down.
I got to go with 100.
Really?
32 is too cold.
Oh, it's so hot though, man.
You got to take a shower. If I'm anywhere and it's 100, I'm in a resort in Mexico, right? So I go jump in the pool.
It's your answer. That works. All right, I'm going to stick with that sex theme. Would you rather, during sex, sweat profusely or have insatiable dry mouth?
Oh, God.
I think I'm going to go with sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Just
Yeah,
sweat.
Sweat, yeah.
Oh, dry mouth is so bad. What if you have insatiable dry mouth? She's like, all right, I'm going to sit on your face. You're like, I got nothing to give. I can't. It's going to be a fucking cactus licking you. I'm sorry.
It's like that old, what are those guys? What Childish Gambino's old comedy, Derek comedy? You remember that? And the girl's like, I'm going to make it so dry for you. You ever see that? It's really funny. It was what's her name from The Office? The one that took over for Pam.
Oh, Aaron.
Yeah, it was Aaron. She was in the Derek comedy, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to make it so dry.
What's your least favorite alcoholic drink? Or alcohol or liquor, period.
Tequila.
That's how he says that.
Ugh.
Asked and answered.
I guess whiskey.
Just in general,
Yeah.
a whiskey guy. Yeah. And these include like mixed drinks you can answer too. Like if there's something you just hate, tequila, whiskey.
I don't really like liquor though. Besides gin, that's the only one I really like.
Well, gin and tonics are the greatest drink of all time, right?
Yeah.
And before you tell me I haven't had the right tequila, I've had the right tequila. I don't
Have you had the Rocks tequila? What is that? Tremana?
I'm not sure.
I've had it. It's okay.
It's
better than
like
Conor
it.
McGregor's fucking proper 12 whiskey.
I don't know if I've had that.
It's not good.
Not good?
It's
How
cheap.
could it be good?
It's like $20 bottle whiskey. Like, I don't know. If you're going to rip a bunch of shots with your friends, okay. If you want something to sip on, no. I'm going to go Fireball, and any of those cinnamon whiskeys are fucking disgusting. I'm going with them because they're timely. Like, I also don't like Goldschlager and Aftershock and all those gimmicky liquors.
Oh, those are probably right up there with tequila. Those are
Fucking awful.
Awful.
But Fireball, I can't do.
I don't mind Fireball.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we know.
I know. Saw you do 9 of them. I just can't do it. I can't do that cinnamon, which is interesting because like I love cinnamon like gum, like Big Red, awesome gum. I can't do it with like a liquor or an alcohol.
Yeah, something about it doesn't mix right.
It makes me like thinking about it makes me gag.
I did a couple shots of Jaeger a couple weeks ago at that Christmas party we were at. Not much into doing those anymore, but
You know who didn't do that? Me. Anytime I saw people busting out shots, I was like, oh, I'm going to leave the room casually. Just can't do that, man. Ugh. Jaeger is so fucking heavy.
it's too much.
I don't like Jaeger by itself like that. I only like Jaeger bombs.
Yeah, I mean,
Jaeger
it's
bombs are better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I drink so
I can't
much.
think of any shot that I really.
Kamikaze. I'll do kamikazes all day. Well, until the sugar makes me throw up. But that was old Ric Flair's shot. That's why I used to drink them in college.
Oh, really?
Kamikazes. It's just like a fruity, lime-ish type shot. It's pretty
You are
easy.
consistent.
Yeah. Why consistent?
You're doing shots because Ric Flair liked them.
Oh, yeah.
Just,
We also used to drink. We used to make like glasses full of Jaeger bombs and like sip them, like an entire drink of a Jaeger bomb. So to this day, I mean, that ruined it for me. Like you can't do that anymore.
That sounds terrible.
The fact that I could even do that ever is disgusting. Walking around with a fucking black, dark licorice looking drink. That looks tasty.
awful.
So bad. I remember I went on a spring break one time. I might have told this story before, but it was when I was still underage, and I don't think I had a fake or anything at the time. So my friends were buying like Jaeger bombs. They were buying Jaeger bombs, but they would give you like the Red Bull can with the glass after they poured it. Like they'll give you the rest of the Red Bull. So my friends would also buy I would buy Miller Lights or have them buy me Miller Lights, and we'd pour it in the Red Bull can. So I was walking around with a Red Bull, but it was literally half Red Bull, half Miller Lite because we weren't dumping out the Red Bull. And to this day, like I'm just like when I think of Red Bull, I think of like fucking shitty Miller Lite with Red Bull.
Sounds awful.
Not good. Back then, you just try to get drunk, Dave.
Yeah, I get it.
Anyways, if we could redo one show, one topic, what would it be? What would you like another crack at here on Necronomipod?
I'm not really a fan of redoing it. I think once you go through it, and I think you exhaust a lot of your thoughts and stuff on the subject. But saying that, I think the Ed Gein show is pretty sloppy because it was the first one. And I feel like a lot of people, when they find a podcast, go back and listen to the first show because they like to do things in order because they're OCD. And they hear that show and they never come back.
Yeah.
So that kind of weighs on me a lot sometimes, I think.
Back when I used to listen to podcasts, I would do that. And if it sounded like shit, I would go up more episodes to see if it got better. And if it got better, then I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's good. I'm not sure everyone does that.
You're a more patient man than most, I think.
Yeah, most people are like, fuck this.
So I feel like we have a lot of potential listeners that go back and maybe listen to that first show and are like, these guys are fucking buffoons. Not that we're not buffoons now.
Are they fucking talking to the tin cans? What is this?
Because it wasn't great.
Yeah, all we did was get better microphones and a little bit of a structure with music.
So that'd be my pick. Other than that, I don't really want to talk about stuff again.
I would like to do Ed Gein for that reason, and then Betty and Barney Hill just because they don't have a normal intro. That bugs me.
Yeah.
Why didn't they get a normal intro?
We hadn't come up with it yet. We just kind of did shit on the fly.
So those first 3 episodes didn't get a normal intro. The Gein, the Art Bell, and
yeah, and there's no sense in redoing Art Bell. I mean, that is what it is.
well, we cover him enough now. We've redone him 4 or 5 times over.
But yeah, Betty and Barney Hill, I would like to redo. Not for the information, just for the intro.
Do you guys, and this is something we've been kind of dealing with recently, trying to figure out the balance of, do you guys prefer longer episodes or multiple parts? And I'm not asking what you think based on like downloads. What do you prefer?
I think I prefer longer ones because when you start getting into 3 and 4 weeks, I don't know. I guess I tend to get bored talking about the same thing.
I agree.
I'd rather talk about it longer for a couple nights than stretch it out over an extended period of time, like for a month.
I guess it just depends on the subject, you know.
Sure. I mean, and some of them are going to be multiple parts, even if, because you just can't fit it all in.
Right.
But I'm with Dave too. Like, yeah, I prefer for me, 2 parts is perfect when we can do it. When it gets longer, it gets tough for me to, you want to stay engaged and it gets a little tougher. Not that I don't, it just gets, a little more difficult. And I think we've recently discussed how, it seems like with regards to downloads and streams and listens, the multiple part series, like the ones that go 3, 4, 5, don't tend to do as well, even if they are big subjects.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to make an effort moving forward to do everything in 1 or 2 parts. If we need to go 3 or 4, we're not going to short you on information. We just might have longer episodes as opposed to multiple parts. We're not going to cut stuff out just to make it fit. But
It's fair.
it seems like people don't want to make that commitment necessarily for 3, 4, or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, backing up, I got an idea. Why don't we just take that original Betty and Barney Hill file, add the opening, and just resubmit it as a new episode and say redone? See if anyone notices.
Very good.
New evidence uncovered.
I don't think I want that going out with Angela Hill potentially hearing what I had to say. I'm going to be as quiet as a mouse during the redo. I'm going to mind my P's and Q's.
I DM her with sound clips of you all the time. She never gets back to me.
She got robbed
I didn't see
last weekend. Yeah. She definitely won that fight. I don't know what the fuck was going on with those judges.
Really?
As soon as I heard 30-27, I'm like, wow, one of these judges is wild, because that definitely didn't happen.
Well, good. Maybe she'll be mad at them and not me then for a little while.
Yeah. It seemed like Dana White understood. She'd posted that they had a conversation. So I don't think she's going to get cut from the UFC, but she's getting close.
All right. So let's talk briefly about, it's been 3 years now. What person have we covered who might be just the biggest piece of shit, a serial killer, someone dastardly, that you have the most empathy for, that you feel sorry for? maybe they could have been healed. They could have been swayed down a different path had someone intervened.
I would say probably Richard Chase.
Yeah.
He was just very sick. And instead of getting him help, his parents checked him out, took him home, and then sent him on his way to get an apartment.
They're like, oh, you're good. Go on.
They just didn't want to, or his mom didn't want to admit it, that there was an issue. But I think if he got treatment, he wouldn't have killed anyone.
That's a good point.
Dave, what do you got?
I'm going to give you two. I'm going to start with our friend Gilberto Valet.
Okay.
Valet.
Valet.
I think we said
Cannibal
Valet.
cop guy.
Yeah.
I think the guy got a little carried away with his fantasies. I don't think he was ever going to kill and eat people or any of that. I think he got railroaded a bit.
Okay.
I feel bad for the guy. He's still a kooky guy who got carried away with himself.
Didn't we land on, though, that you wouldn't be surprised if we did a follow-up episode one day?
Yeah, that hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
I said it could have gone either way.
He might go and live his life on the straight and narrow. He might end up killing and eating someone.
Maybe that's just how I was feeling that night. I don't know. But I think Ed Kemper's the other one. The guy's clearly a bright, intelligent guy that could have done so much with himself probably if he would have had a different childhood. Probably would have cured cancer or been an astrophysicist or something.
It's hard to argue that. That was my answer.
Yeah, I mean, he was a really likable guy. He's clearly very intelligent. He just got pushed on the wrong path, maybe. Or maybe not.
Well, obviously, and, you know, one way or another, all these people did something that was not pleasant.
Yeah. But I think Ed could have had a completely different life, maybe under different circumstances.
I think there's some other people, like Joseph Callinger was he was just consumed by his schizophrenia.
Yeah.
If he would have gotten some help, that might have turned out a little different.
Multiple answers here on this one.
Yeah.
I like it. Let's do some listener questions.
Sure.
There's a few submitted listener ones. Is Dave secretly wealthy and does he travel the world constantly?
Yes, every week. Next question.
Asked
I
and
don't
answered.
travel that much. I don't know why people would say that.
Well, I like to bring up when you've been to every place of the world.
Well, I haven't, though. I don't know. I was in Cocoa Beach a couple weeks ago. That's about it.
Low key flex over there. Cocoa Beach. Oh, wasn't everyone at Cocoa Beach last week?
Wait, we sit in my basement all year? What do you want me to do?
Ian's like, that sounds lovely. Can I rent out a timeshare in your basement?
Where else did I even go this year? I don't think I went anywhere.
You went to Indianapolis.
I went to a good day trip to Indianapolis, sure.
Day trip, 2 day trips.
Yeah.
They're there for a
Well, 2
weekend.
nights, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. I haven't been anywhere. This kind of
All right.
question
Hey,
is that?
It was a question. Ask and
How
answer.
dare you?
You are not secretly wealthy and you do not travel the world constantly, although you would like to aspire to both.
Absolutely. I'm overtly wealthy. No, I'm just kidding.
Is Jared from Just Brew Coffee your mutual friend? In a word, no. Moving on.
He is our mutual friend, but he's not our mutual friend. And
It's not our quote mutual friend.
correct. The mutual friend is the guy that likes Big Hairy Beaver. Big Hairy Beaver guy, maybe we should call him.
BHB, Big Hairy Beaver.
It's funny, when we were pre-gaming for this show, I randomly texted him a picture of a Big Hairy Beaver. It's because I thought it was funny.
And what was the response?
The response was exquisite. Classic.
Oh, God. All right, Dave, I think you have a question.
I got one that just came in, Ian. Someone would like to know what video games you play.
Usually my go-to anymore is UFC 4. I play that all the time.
All right.
Are you still playing that one online?
Yeah. Yeah, I always play that one online. I do the ranked.
How do you do?
fightings. Pretty good. Yeah, I get up there.
That's a very frustrating game to play sometimes.
Yeah, there's a certain point in the, because online, like, you level up depending on how many you win, and if you lose, you go back down. And I can win a bunch in a row, and then once I get to a certain point, people are too good, and they just fuck me up, and that's it.
You should play that, Mike. That's the only way you can take Angela Hill.
All right. She can catch these hands whenever she wants.
I've been playing the new Halo a lot online, and then Pokemon. Pokemon's always a go-to for me.
Who's your fighter in UFC? You usually go with, or does it just depend on like?
It just depends on the weight class.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I'm always on there. People send me fucking messages and shit. Someone sent me a picture. I didn't realize. I don't know if I told you guys about this. I had my Xbox account set to like open where you could see my first and last name. I didn't realize that I had that set up like that. So this guy faked like he was gonna touch gloves with me, and then he fucking knocked me out. And I'm like, you motherfucker! I was so mad. And so I usually don't message people, but I DM'd him on Xbox and I told him he was a clown. I was so fucking angry. And then this dude sent me back a picture of myself from my Instagram and told me I looked like a clown. And then he was like, your podcast fucking sucks.
Like, you did tell us that.
Yeah.
That was a few years ago, right?
No, that was this year.
God, it's been a long year.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, I need to clean my stuff up here a bit. Put some security on some of this.
He knocked you out twice there on that one.
Yeah. Got me good.
God damn.
People send that's the only time I've ever sent messages on that. But people send you.
That is shitty though. Like, touch gloves or not, like just fight.
It's fucking trolls. Like
the fact that guy had so much time to look you up, look up your name, find your Instagram, find that you were on a podcast, and then send it back to you. He has never had sex in his life. Like, if there was a hot woman in his apartment, you don't have time for that. I'm sorry. You don't.
Leave my penis alone. I'm trying to find this Ian guy.
Like, you don't troll that hard if there's anything else to do. My opinion.
Put your tits away. This novel podcast bothering me.
Apparently, it was Napoleon Dynamite that was trolling you.
It's weird.
Come get your supper.
It's weird with that game because, like, Xbox 360, especially Halo, any of the Halo games, there was all like DMs all the time you would get from people telling you you're a piece of shit and whatever. And it kind of stopped with the Xbox One. Like, that doesn't really happen that much anymore. But that UFC game, it brings out the worst in people, man. People are always sending nasty stuff.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I threw my controller against a brick wall one time playing UFC and shattered it.
I get it. Every times, man. Yeah.
I have an Oculus. I haven't really used it that much though. That's fun.
You've had that for a while now.
Yeah, like 6 months. I've used it like twice.
That's what my son wants for Christmas. That's his big thing.
I was talking about it the other night.
There you go, Dave. Just sell them yours and make a bunch of money. Using it for problem solved. Win-win. Has there been, this is another listener question, has there been a video or sound clip that you have seen or heard from the show that's really creeped you out?
That missing 411, whether you think it's Bigfoot or feral people, that audio is fucking terrifying. Yeah.
That was the one that this listener cited in their comment for the question.
Yeah.
That one was terrifying
as well. Yeah.
Like, when I heard that the first time, I'm like, I need to go back. And like, I listened to it for like a full night, just like over and over again, trying to hear stuff. Like, this is fucking terrifying.
So any clip from the show that creeped us out?
Just something that creeped you out, like, I don't know, a sound clip or something you saw or heard on the show.
I heard this on the show creep me out.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck episode was that from?
I don't know.
I think it was Leonard Lake. Leonard Lake. Because he had the shits, Leonard Lake, so I played that clip.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't stop. It's so fucking
It goes on way too long.
Yeah.
So that's my vote, that one right there.
Oh, that's why he didn't go through with his plans to rob that armory.
That's right, yeah. He was in the shitter all day.
Yeah.
Poops.
And then he got depressed about it and stayed in bed forever.
You want to hear that again? Or is that
No. Do we have 35 seconds to kill? We are officially toilet bowl humor. Your mental health should be taken seriously. Nothing can cripple your day or stunt your motivation more than feeling depressed, anxious, or sad. We all have a lot to deal with in our daily lives, be it the struggles of work, keeping food on your table, or even paying the bills. Your mental health is one area that you shouldn't have to worry about. Whether life currently has you down, or things are going well but you're still feeling unfulfilled, we're all experiencing our own form of strain on our mental health. And for that, BetterHelp is here for us. BetterHelp is an online mental health provider that will assess your needs and match you up with your own licensed professional therapist. And the best part? There's no waiting rooms. That's pretty huge, especially if you're as impatient as I am. BetterHelp is a safe and private online environment that will have you communicating with a counselor within the first 24 hours. And once you've begun, you can send your counselor a message at any time, always getting a helpful response in a timely manner. You even have the ability to schedule weekly video or phone sessions, all from the comfort of your very own home. So, whether you struggle with trauma, depression, LGBT matters, grief, anxiety, or even self-esteem, BetterHelp counselors have a broad range of expertise, and their licensed professional counselors are waiting to assist you. BetterHelp is available worldwide. In fact, so many people have recently been signing up for BetterHelp that they're currently recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. Once you get started, if at any time you're unhappy with your counselor, there's no need to worry. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches and makes it easy and free to change counselors. BetterHelp respects you and your privacy, so everything you share with your counselor is completely confidential. And while it's not a crisis line, it is a convenient, professional, and affordable way to seek the help that you deserve. They even offer financial aid for those who qualify. If you'd like to hear how BetterHelp has assisted people just like you, check out the testimonials posted on their website every day. We here at Necronomipod want you to be living happy and healthy. So, as a listener, you get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/necro. Join over 1 million people already taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/necro. Fuck, marry, kill. Paige Van Zandt. This is UFC or MMA fighter edition. Paige Van Zandt, Misha Tate, Valerie Loretta. This is a tough one for Dave. I am aware of that. Paige Van Zandt, Misha Tate, Valerie Loretta.
I kill Misha Tate, F Paige Van Zandt, and marry Valerie Loretta.
Okay. I think you're a big Valerie Loretta fan.
That girl is absolutely stunning. And she's dating a Cleveland Browns player, so double bonus.
She's got a big heart, apparently.
Apparently.
Nice to give back to those in need.
I would kill Paige Van Zandt, F Valerie Loretta, and marry Misha Tate.
Wow, we're going to have 3 different answers on this one.
I find Misha Tate extremely attractive.
I do too, which is why I would F her. I would marry Paige, and I would kill Valerie Loretta.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I almost killed Valerie.
Oh, my God.
They're all 3 so fucking hot.
Stunning.
They're so smoking hot. That's a tough one. I get it. That being said, MMA fighter, heavyweight men division. Stipe Miocic, Derek Lewis, Daniel Cormier. I'll go first. I'm going to kill DC. I'm going to bang Derek Lewis just to experience that. I'm marrying Stipe, Cleveland's own.
I'm also going to kill DC, but I'll bang Stipe and marry Derek Lewis because I just think that'd be so much fun. It'd be like a buddy comedy every day.
Yeah.
Derek Lewis is awesome.
He's great.
I would kill Stipe, F, DC, and marry Derek Lewis.
Why
for the same reason. He would be super fun to hang out with all day.
Ian hates Cleveland so much.
I don't.
Really
I
hates
just
the city
don't.
of Cleveland.
It's not a Cleveland guy.
You like those
don't
those big cuddly guys, DC and Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
You can lay in bed with DC and just eat Twinkies all day.
I was debating DC because
Instead of banging him, you just lay in bed and eat Twinkies and watch a movie.
Yeah.
All right. F. Mary Kill, Mariah Carey, Shania Twain, Madonna.
Ugh.
I'll kill Shania Twain, F Madonna, marry Mariah Carey.
I would marry Mariah Carey. I would bang Shania. I would kill Madonna. I've never been a Madonna fan.
I don't. You could interchange the last 2.
I'm with Ian. I kill Shania.
Bang Madonna, marry Mariah. So we all are marrying Mariah Carey?
Yeah, I think so. Madonna put out a picture the other day, and she's like 63 years old. She looks pretty good.
I didn't see it. I don't know. I've never really been into her, but okay. Let's do.
That was an interesting one.
I'm running out of options here, pal. I'm trying to come up with new ones.
I didn't say it was bad.
Here's a new one for you. 80s metal gods. F, marry, kill.
Oh my God.
Dave Mustaine, James Hetfield, Rob Halford. F, marry, kill. Dave Mustaine, James Hetfield, Rob Halford.
I kill Mustaine, F, Hetfield, marry Rob Halford. It'd be fun to party with Halford.
Live your life with, spend time with him. Ian's got to look him up. See which one's the prettiest.
Yeah, I think I'm with you, Dave. I agree with Dave.
I don't really have an answer for this one.
Yeah, I didn't either, but I had to.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. They're all interchangeable to me. Like, I don't know. One doesn't separate from the other. I think maybe I'd kill Hetfield, though. Bang Mustaine and then marry Halford. Just be different.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
why not?
I'm going to do that. All right, let's do one more. We'll do one more for now.
Okay.
I'm going to do a wrestling one. So if you're not into wrestling, skip 30 seconds. Maybe at 2 minutes. This is a listener submitted one. The Mick Foley edition.
Okay.
F, marry, kill. Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack.
That's easy. Kill Dude Love, F Mankind, marry Cactus Jack.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Sure.
Truer words have never been spoken. It's very simple. Wow.
That's one of my favorite shirts that I own is my Cactus Jack shirt.
I think Cactus Jack is the least popular of the Mick Foley gimmicks with most wrestling fans.
Do you think everybody likes Mankind?
I think everyone likes Mankind, and then I know there's like that small group that's just diehard Dude Love. I mean, all are great.
Yeah.
Cactus Jack's fucking best. His entrance music is my favorite, I think, of all time.
Yeah, it's so good.
All right, another wrestling one, the female version. Dave, you better get ready for this one. F, marry, kill.
I'll marry Paige. Sorry, go ahead.
Britt Baker, Sasha Banks, Paige.
Well, no, that's not as easy as I thought it was going to be.
I'll go right now. You guys might need some time. I'm killing Paige because she looks like a walking STD. I'm going to bang Sasha Banks, and I'm going to marry Britt Baker. Because she's DMD. I mean, she's got a side business. She's legit a dentist. She doesn't need to kick your ass her whole life. But that's just me. Britt Baker, Sasha Banks, Paige. I'm saying this for the listeners at home in case they want to Google them. Good luck containing those boners.
The one really good thing about Britt Baker is that when we saw her, like she looks good without all the makeup and all the crazy TV stuff on.
I regret not getting a picture with her. Yeah. We really should have.
It pains me to do this, but I'm gonna kill Sasha Banks, F Paige, and marry Britt Baker.
And Sasha's been your favorite.
I know, but in that setup,
I agree with you.
Yeah,
100%.
You guys love Paige.
I do like Paige. She's fun.
She does appear fun with everybody.
We can F her at the same time.
Throw the WWE belt in there.
She'll catch your cum on the title belt. Oh boy. I hope Vince doesn't listen to this.
How long did she get suspended for that?
She didn't.
She didn't get any trouble?
She was out on like some kind of medical leave or something. No, they didn't do any action for that. I don't know. It's her personal life. And they were leaked stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it would have been fair to. But I think she was out. Like that was when she had her neck injury and she retired, I think, after that. I think. I don't know the timeline. But I don't believe there was any punishment for that. Or for any of the women who have had like leaks and stuff.
I thought because of the belt being
I don't believe that was ever a thing. Yeah. Because I guess she could have come back and said, well, no, this is like one of those replicas I just bought from the shop.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, people are like, what the fuck are these assholes talking about? Jesus Christ. What book do you guys want to read next? If you could pick one book right now to read, what's it going to be?
I got to look up the name of it, but there's been one on my list for a while that I wanted to read.
I am currently reading Project Hail Mary from Andy Weir, the guy that wrote The Martian and Artemis. Does that count? My current book?
What would you like to read next, though?
I don't know. Can I look at my queue?
You
I
can
don't
do
know
whatever
what's
you
up
want.
next.
Sure. I'll go while you guys think.
All right.
Next in my queue, I'm doing my presidential biographies. I had taken a little break to read some Hemingway. I'm going to start Teddy Roosevelt next. The Edmund Morris 3-part series. I'm going to start with book 1. So that's going to be next on my list. That's what I want to read. That's what I'm going to read. What say you guys?
I've had this one on my list for a while, but I just never get around to it because I pretty much just have to focus on our subject for that outline and then, personal shit like playing video games. But whenever...
if you cut out the video games, Ian, you could do some reading.
I could, but I'd rather get angry at people online.
Fuck you. I'd rather get knocked out and called out for personal information.
Whenever we get to Charles Manson, I want to read this book called Chaos, Charles Manson, the CIA and the Secret History of the 60s. It's making a case for some MK Ultra stuff going on with Charles Manson. I guess some of the prisons or jails that he was incarcerated in throughout life before everything happened had some MK Ultra ties, things like that.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And people still speculate that Sirhan, though, who killed Bobby Kennedy, was part of MK Ultra too.
The way he says that he doesn't remember anything, right?
He swears that he doesn't remember anything. There's journals that they found where he just writes repeatedly the same things over and over again. And there are investigators out there who have looked into it deeply that think he was hypnotized to go kill Bobby Kennedy as part of and then they speculate that it was MK Ultra.
And that was the whole point.
There's no motive or anything logical about it, right?
Yeah. No, I mean,
Nothing of substance.
no, nothing to connect them directly, I guess, other than he could have just been ill. But yeah. But then you get into all kinds of other stuff with him, with, other people involved. And there's the girl with the polka dot dress that they've said they saw running down the fire escapes screaming, we killed him for Bobby Kennedy. That was never investigated on. And the police kind of shut up the witnesses who claim they saw her. So if that's the case, I don't know how MK Ultra would play into that. I don't know. You also have to, I guess, would believe that he was the only shooter, maybe, where other people would say evidence points to, multiple guns based on where the bullets were located in that kitchen.
It's interesting for sure.
So anyways, not to derail that one. Sorry. So that's your book.
Yeah.
What was the name of it again?
Chaos. Charles Manson, the CIA in the 60s, whatever. Yeah, I listened to a podcast with the author talking, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. He was making some points. I'm like, that's really interesting.
I'm glad you brought that up because we actually have a listener question.
I have Dune up next, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't really answer.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Dune.
I went back and got Dune because I never read it.
Do you think it will live up to the movie? Will it be better?
Probably.
You think it'll be better?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Movie's fantastic, but
I still need to watch that.
it's so good.
What other podcasts do you guys listen to? I don't know. You guys probably don't. I think I listen to more podcasts probably than you guys do. But is there anything that you guys check out occasionally that you tune into, or are you just not podcast guys?
I really don't.
I don't anymore. The only thing I do listen to sometimes is Grilling JR and Something to Wrestle.
Both wrestling podcasts.
Yeah, nothing related to true crime or anything like that. I mean, I used to listen to a ton of podcasts and stuff, but not anymore. I listen to us talk enough a week. I don't need to hear any more true crime stuff.
I get it.
Yeah.
I used to listen to the New York Times, The Daily, every day.
It's one of my favorite podcasts.
Yeah, I've gotten away from it. I don't really listen anymore. I don't know why.
It's hard to keep up with, too. It's every single day.
Yeah.
But New York Times, The Daily is good. I like it because it focuses on one subject every day.
Yeah.
Just deep dive for 45 minutes or so into that subject. That's one of my favorites. And if you're just looking to keep up on current events, I think it's a great one.
I used to listen to Lore.
Like lore.
I just haven't, I don't know, just trailed off. I just don't listen.
Well, I don't even think, just ones that you liked. People might not want to know necessarily what you're listening to every single day.
I used to listen to Fresh Air, the NPR show, every day. Every now and then I listen to the horror podcast, The Faculty of Horror.
What is that one?
It's a couple of smart ladies that are much smarter than I am, dissecting and talking about the psychology behind movies and stuff.
Oh,
I don't know.
cool.
I find it interesting. It's what's her name? Alexandra West and Andrea Subasati, who's the editor of the Rue Morgue horror magazine. I don't know. They're just very smart. I'm like, that makes sense. I just like to hear them pick apart like classic horror movies and stuff.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it's really neat.
I guess as a horror fan, that would be interesting to listen to.
Yeah, it's
just
cool.
a different perspective. All right. Hey, they asked, we answered. Gave them some shit.
Nothing regular though.
I still listen to Art Bell.
I go back and listen to those all the time on the Coast to Coast AM app.
A lot of times I fall asleep to it because I have to have something playing to fall asleep. Like I always sleep with one headphone in.
There is something very calming and soothing about listening to old Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I even like it's scary, but it's not. Like I find it very relaxing to listen to those old shows.
Yeah, I like them. I fall asleep to that a lot.
I put on Mysteries at the Museum when I go to sleep.
Is that a podcast?
No, a TV show.
Oh, well,
Greatest show ever. My favorite show.
I don't fall asleep to podcasts, but like, just like in general, if I want to relax or if I'm like, take a long hot shower, you put on like an old Coast to Coast or something.
You got to be careful what you fall asleep to sometimes with like listening to spooky stuff. Like the one time I woke up to Barney Hill's when he was hypnotized screaming and shit. Like the fuck is going on right now?
Oh, I almost forgot when I used to listen to that Sexy podcast. I don't know what those guys are doing. They're not putting on shows anymore.
We're on a brief hiatus.
Our friend Mercedes from the band Kitty and her lovely husband Steven from Close the Hatch. They're on a long hiatus. Haven't heard a new episode in a long time. It's good jerking off material and we're listening to those.
Maybe we peaked the ratings on that one, maybe.
You think our guest show on there and they're like,
probably not. I think we're drunk buffoons, but maybe we're the reason they get canceled the show or something.
They're like, what are we doing?
Yeah, what are these assholes doing here? We're legitimate musicians. What are these drunks doing with us?
I was on #history.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah,
earlier this year, right?
That was good.
Yeah.
I tuned in really hoping it was going to be about a different St. Valentine's Day massacre.
That's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah. 'Twas not.
They're like, who invited this guy?
Vince McMahon breaking his tailbone on a table, playing bounce off of a steel cage.
He took a hard bump on that.
Yeah, he legitimately did. The table did not give as it was supposed to. He broke his coccyx in that move. Legitimately.
That's what I thought. As soon as they said...
Sounds much worse than an actual Valentine's Day massacre. Fuck, there was something I was going to say. I don't remember. It'll come to me.
I hope so.
Nonetheless.
It'll come to you or it will come on you.
Maybe both. I don't know. Sometimes a sneak attack. One has to go.
He loves these one has to go.
I only got two left. And one I wrote and one was listener submitted as a shot at me. One has to go. I wrote this one. Wendy's chili, Arby's curly fries, Burger King's onion rings, or Taco Bell Cinnatwists. Wendy's chili, Arby's curly fries, Burger King's onion rings, Taco Bell Cinnatwists.
I don't eat any of these things.
I'll tell you right now, Taco Bell Cinnatwists are trash. Throw them away. Throw them away.
I like those.
I don't love them. I don't go to fast food for sweets. If I'm going to get a sweet from I'm going to Dairy Queen, I'll get a Blizzard. If I'm going to fast food, I want the most salty things, coming all over my tongue.
I think I'd get rid of the onion rings.
Yeah, they're not always great. They're very inconsistent. That would be my second choice. Dave, you're an onion ring fan, but you don't get them from Burger King.
If I were to go to Burger King, I would get onion rings in lieu of their French fries.
They're better than their French fries. Their zesty sauce, too, that you dip them in is what makes them.
Those are good. I'm going to get rid of the chili. Like, I don't eat chili at Wendy's. I don't think I've ever had it.
I've had it before, but I haven't
it's not great chili, but it's good.
Isn't it like the old hamburger stuff that they just chop up from the night before?
Probably.
I don't know
But
where I've heard that before.
Their hamburgers are delicious, right? We fucking go to town on those Wendy's triples.
Maybe I just completely made that up, but I swear I heard that.
That makes a lot of sense.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Just throw it in a pot overnight, and they're like, "Oh, it's fresh."
Well, especially because they don't do frozen stuff at Wendy's, right?
Supposedly.
Those the chili non-frozen.
Well, allegedly, Dave.
Look, I just go by what they tell me, man.
And Burger King is really,
flame broiled.
flame broiled.
If you tell me it's a weather balloon, I believe it's a weather balloon.
Burger King just fucking puts black marks on their patties. I do think Burger King gets a bad rap sometimes, though. I don't think they're as bad as people say they are. Anyways.
I just read a list the other day, the top 10 fast food hamburgers. What was number 1?
How are you going to throw that out and not remember?
Culver's double cheeseburger.
Coming to Medina.
That's why I remembered it.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
It was ranked number 1 out of above In-N-Out Burger, everything.
We got all these fuckos waiting in a 1.5 mile long line at Chick-fil-A that just opened in town. I'm going to be that dude at Culver's.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Their menu is also a bit intimidating. It's huge. Pages and pages of food. Chickens and ice cream and burgers. And, I think there's like a steak sandwich or something like that. There's a huge menu at Culver's.
Never been there.
But delicious.
This list tells me it's the best burger in the country.
I've been there a couple times.
Their double cheeseburger?
Yeah.
There's the one in Strongsville. Is that where you go? Where do you go?
I've been there, and then the one out by Great Wolf Lodge.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to go there then. We'll be those jackasses waiting in line.
Yeah. When's it open?
I don't know. Maybe we'll do an Instagram live waiting in the drive-thru. that'll be our first Instagram live. Hey, it's 3 fucking fat asses waiting in line at Culver's on a Tuesday afternoon. We should be working. Fuck that. Took a half day for this. We're gonna eat all this food and go take a nap.
Cool down media business lunch at Culver's drive-thru. Fuck yeah.
We go eat inside. We take a picture of all of our tray. It's like cheeseburgers, fries, ice creams, fish, chicken, just all over the place.
It's like 15 of those double cheeseburgers.
That's what I like about that place is it's, more of a sit-down place too, like Big Boys.
Okay.
But it's more of a fast food place, though, than like Big Boys. Like, there's still a drive-thru.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Big Boys didn't have that.
Maybe like a Steak and Shake.
Okay.
Maybe so.
I like Steak and Shake a
Those
lot.
Frisco melts at Steak and Shake are so fucking delicious.
I've never been to Steak and Shake.
Fuck, you're missing out. It's real good.
It is good, yeah.
We used to have one in town years ago.
The last few times I went, I was hammered, and it is great drunk food because it's pretty greasy.
Yeah.
But it's so good.
All
right, here's the last one has to go. This was listener submitted, and I feel like they were trying to personally assault me. One has to go. Insane Clown Posse, Britney Spears, Nickelback, and AC/DC.
I mean, I'm going to get rid of ICP probably in every situation.
ICP.
That's probably fair. I'm going to get rid of AC/DC, though.
Britney Spears.
No, I'm just kidding. ICP.
Fucking the only one you like. I'm going to agree. I'm going to get rid of ICP as well. You can't get rid of Britney Spears at the very least because, just look at our pictures. AC/DC is still pretty damn good. And then, you're going to start a war with Canada and get rid of Nickelback? Canada would fucking invade us and take over our country. And they could do it probably too.
Look at this list of hacks.
So that's that. That's all the one has to goes that I have.
I have a would you rather.
Go ahead.
Right.
I'm not running this shit.
Would you rather have nipples that shed every few months or have pee that comes out like jelly?
I mean, I guess I'll take the jelly, right? The pee that comes out like jelly.
I mean, I wonder what the nipple shedding is like. Is it just like dry skin that or like when you get sunburn and you peel the skin off?
There was no scientific analysis attached to the question. I'm not sure.
Or it's like your actual nipple just come all the way off.
Like
and a new one
sheds its
grows.
skin and a new nipple grows.
Or like a lizard loses their tail.
I don't love
That's
that.
got to be like...
I don't want like a nipple growing.
Like you got to wait a couple of days for it to fully grow back.
Right. It's all sensitive.
No. All right. Jelly piss. Give me the jelly piss.
We'll go up to Mike. Hey, is your new nipple in yet? We start flicking them. Looks like your new nipple's coming in nice. I don't know. I don't like the jelly piece.
No, that's just weird. Like, does it just fall out of you like bloop, 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 bloop?
There's no diagrams again. I'm not sure.
The water will be splashing everywhere.
I'll take the nipple.
Give me the jelly piss. You guys now talked me out of it. I was going to take the nipple. Fucking ruin that one. All right. Let's see. What's next? Where do you want the podcast to be in 5 years?
That's
a listener question. Listener submitted.
I'd like to do live shows to some degree. I don't know. I'm very nervous to do that, to be in front of people like that.
It is different when you have the edit ability. Like we can say anything we want here, we can say the most offensive things on earth and cut it out. But if you're doing a live show and you say the wrong thing, like that makes me a little nervous. I don't know. Like not that we say extremely offensive things to cut,
right.
But
no safety net.
Like I fuck up on words a lot.
Yeah,
Sometimes I get a little too high and I talk really slow and I have to like piece my word sentences together a little bit more.
Or you just say dumb things that make you sound dumb because you weren't thinking, because you were half in the bag. You're like, cut that.
Yeah.
Can't do that. I don't look stupid in front of a big live show. Oh, what are you, an idiot? Leonardo DiCaprio was on Grown Pains, not Full House. You dumb fucko.
You stupid asshole. Why don't you just get out of here? Just kill yourself. What do you suck? You're a piece of shit human being. You're fucking awful, man.
So I guess I would be nervous to do that, to like fuck something up like that. Or
You'd have to come up with that perfect mix of being intoxicated. Like, there's no way I could do that show sober in front of an audience, but you also couldn't be completely ripped either and not know what's coming out of your mouth. So I think that would be a tough line to walk.
Because you gotta be careful backstage, like, or like in the pre-up, the pre-game to it. Like, you can't be like,
So if you get hammered, you're not going to cancel the show. What are you going to do?
You gotta go.
Hello, everyone.
I feel like that would be the one of the few times where, because that doesn't make me nervous at all to do that part.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be like the soberest one.
I would have to be sober.
Yeah. And not that I would be sober. Like, I'd have to get a little buzz, but I also just like having a little buzz. But somebody has to keep the train on the rails. And if you get ripping shots of Jaeger bombs in the back.
Since I don't drink anymore, I haven't drank in forever. Before our last Zoom, I got high before that. And that
Zoom is on $10 patrons, right? That we do a quarterly happy hour Zoom with them. We get to hang out and have some beers and chit chat with them.
That showed me that I cannot get high and do a live show ever, because I was really panicky with everybody looking at me.
Especially
I had to go in the bathroom and splash cold water on my face. Like, I'm really fucking...
That's not great.
I need to calm down.
Especially with the live show, because you'd be the one still telling stories. Like, we'd all be waiting for you to like kind of, talk
I'm just
a little
sitting there staring off.
Right. So anyways, the original question was, where do you see this podcast in 5 years? So maybe live shows, if we could fucking find enough Xanax to do it.
Yeah, I'd like to see the growth continue. I think the formula for the show's there. It's not, we're not getting a ton of 1-stars everywhere. Like, people don't absolutely hate us.
So you're saying we could make a living out of being the Aldi version of Last Podcast? So as we've been told so many times.
Like, as I've said, I've never heard the show Last Podcast on the left, so I'll take everyone's word for it that we're the Aldi version, but I'll take that. They seem to be extremely popular, and I'll take it.
You and me both, pal.
So I don't know. I think the formula's there. I think it's a matter of reaching people, because even to this day, you get, I just found you guys last week. So there's clearly, we don't have a huge marketing budget or anything like that. So there's clearly, it's just getting the word out about the show. So yeah, I think there's a lot of growth potential. I was hoping we get selected for CrimeCon this year. We threw our name in the hat. I thought it would have been fun, and
Did not sound like that happened.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think they picked us, but I thought it would have been a good avenue to get some exposure to a different crowd for the show. So I don't know, maybe next year.
Yeah, I would like, or I wouldn't mind doing that kind of stuff, like some conventions or something, or a meet and greet or something. Like, I'm cool with that. I'm more nervous about just talking in front of.
Remember that time this past year when like those 4 true crime podcasts got together in Cleveland to do a show and didn't even think to invite us, even though we're bigger than half of them?
I do remember that.
Interesting. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do, Mike?
I would have loved to have showed up and...
Would you?
No. But I would have went.
Is that the place you can get the Fruit Loop hot dogs? Isn't that where it was?
Wasn't at the it was at the hot dog place.
Happy
I did
Dog,
not get that. I got the Spaghetti-O hot dog, motherfucker, with like ghost pepper cheese or something like that. It was a big mistake. That cheese was fucking hot. Spaghetti-O's on a hot dog though. Me gusta.
How could it not be good?
How did I not think of that in my drunken debacles in my kitchen? SpaghettiOs on a hot dog. I wonder if you do SpaghettiOs with meatballs on a hot dog, if that's even better. It's gotta be, right?
Gotta be. It's meat on meat. How can that be
I'm gonna
bad?
go home tonight and make hot dogs and put like the Chef Boyardee ravioli on it. It's gonna a fucking mess. The bun's gonna be so damn soggy.
Like one of those Chicago hot dogs where it's all piled up. There's big fucking tomatoes on top.
Don't even get me started on that. It's an abomination. 3 topping limit on a hot dog. After that, it's just masturbation.
I'll take mustard, onions, and sauerkraut.
That's delicious. That sounds awesome.
3.
I'm not saying you have to have 3. I'm just saying if you have more than 3, why even have a fucking hot dog at that point? Because you're just loading it with so
Have
much
a salad.
shit. Exactly. I don't know. That's just my thoughts, personal thoughts.
Before we go on, I think the only other thing I'd like to see is maybe do some different side stuff, like branch out from
Some side shows.
Yeah, like I want
5 years.
Yeah, I want to do like I think you and I, like the 3 of us, we could do a pretty good wrestling podcast. You take the driver's seat in that.
I'll just sit here and nod. Drink beer.
That might be one that like we welcome Dave to join us, but we don't expect him to show up if he doesn't want to.
Guys, I'm not gonna make it this week.
Or he shows up and he's like me for every show we do. He's like, what the fuck are we talking about tonight? I don't know. I'm gonna sit here and get drunk and ask stupid questions and derail the conversation by talking about, a movie or something.
Well, I will say we're rolling out a new movie show on Patreon in January. I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah. You want to talk about that a little bit, Dave? I had that in the notes to mention.
Well, yeah. I mean, Bible Babble was a year-long project. It's run its course. We've pulled all the, I've pulled all the material out of biblical humor that I can. I think the well's dry on that, and it's time to call it a day before it jumps the shark. So we decided to replace it with a movie show. Kind of format open, but probably picking a new movie every month to talk about and talking about the backstory and whatever related items about that movie and see where it goes.
Yeah, and that'll be again at the $10 tier, replacing the Bible Babble.
Bible Babble is no more.
But those episodes will always be available on Patreon.
Absolutely. The archive shall remain, just like Jesus.
So sign on up.
Do we decide what our first movie subject's going to be yet?
I don't think we did yet.
I don't think so.
We'll let people know, though, ahead of time so that they can, at least the $10 patrons, we're going to let them know so they can watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, a couple weeks ahead. What has been your favorite or favorites and least favorite episodes of 2021? Maybe favorite episodes or favorite topics or least favorite topics, least favorite episodes. What do you guys think? Favorite things from the past year that we've discussed, covered?
I think my least favorite is probably that Island of the Dolls. Like, I think it sounded cool and it was kind of creepy, but I don't think it really turned out to be all that much.
Yeah, that's a problem with paranormal stuff.
So a bit of a letdown.
I think I don't remember when we talked about this, but talking about doing some of that stuff is like a whole, like the whole phenomena.
Like a group it together type
Yeah,
thing.
like do Poltergeist,
Right.
only do an episode on Poltergeist, things like that. So then it can be a full episode, not super short.
That's a good idea.
I think Casey Anthony was my favorite episode this year.
It's so weird to me that Casey Anthony was a 2021 episode. That feels like we covered it 4 years ago.
It does feel a long time.
Yeah.
Was that January we did it? Was that February? Did we do
February? We did West Memphis 3 first and then Casey.
God, that felt like forever ago.
Yeah. I feel like Casey Anthony was like that perfect blend of fucking around but being serious, like taking it serious, being respectful, but at the same time we got Lil Jon, Larry Flint,
Oh, that's right.
Nancy Grace,
Lil Jon.
like everybody was making an appearance on Bill Clinton's.
Okay. That was awesome, Lil Jon.
That shit was so funny when he was trying to make a point, like an actual point.
What?
And you're just yelling over.
I was trying to make a point.
Yeah.
And that Casey one.
Yeah, and he kept just doing the Little John. You got a little, I feel like you got a little irritated. You're like, okay, well, Little John's here now.
It was also the death of the Casey Anthony joke.
That was a bit of a letdown, yeah. I think West Memphis 3 was my favorite one. I really enjoyed that. Because I knew about it, but I didn't know all the ins and outs of it and what a travesty of justice and everything. And it was, it's pretty interesting. It's amazing how you can be railroaded in this country when you're poor. I think it's a real eye opener.
And now back in the news.
Yeah.
Timely.
A lot of things happening here just today, right, Ian? Yesterday or today?
Yeah, they found all that evidence was all that stuff we talked about, and we were like, oh, it just magically disappeared, and it's all been there. And
the whole time, huh?
Yeah, and it's not even like it was just hidden somewhere. It was all cataloged into a system.
Amazing.
The chief of police has resigned, and I'm sure there's going to be some people that are probably sweating right now.
As there should be.
Yeah.
What do you suspect will come of this?
I don't know. I guess it just depends on if you can reverse an Alford plea, because technically they said they admitted their guilt while at the same time saying they're innocent, and the state accepted their guilt and that they're innocent. And then, but now, because they said that they're guilty, the case is just closed.
Yeah, like, can you void that if you find...
I don't know.
Overwhelming evidence of misconduct. Who knows? It's going to be interesting for sure.
That's really interesting.
It just gets on that conspiratorial level, like something like 9/11. Like, I don't think there's any grand thing behind that, like this big conspiracy, like George Bush was in on this and all this stuff. Because how many people that would take to shut up,
right,
to pull that off. That's kind of what this is like.
I'm so mad at you for even bringing that up, because now we're getting so many requests for that fucking topic.
But this is kind of like
Would you ever see loose change, you stupid asshole?
Jesus.
The amount of people that had to have been in on this,
yeah, right,
to keep that evidence locked up since 1993 is fucking crazy.
How can that even take place?
Like, everything was in there.
Do you think people even knew? Like, maybe like the higher ups put it away, and then like just everyone else underneath was just, they didn't even know that it was put away or existed.
I'm sure they had to bring somebody, newer people in the loop at some point, because the chief of police is a newer guy. He wasn't the chief of police in 93, but he's resigned.
That could be a future follow-up episode, perhaps.
It seems like that could turn into a part 5.
Yeah. And exactly. By all means, people, this might take some time. There's going to be a lot to get through here. Between that and now the John Bonet shit that's all going on. Might be some follow-ups on all that.
Because one of our listeners was sending me stuff on Instagram. Shout out to Ginger Beck. She was sending me all kinds of screenshots from Facebook, because I deleted my Facebook, but she sent me all these screenshots of Terry Hobbs, the stepfather that seemed really fucking suspicious. He's been on social media all day commenting on news articles and different things, like talking about how justice was already done and all this stuff. It's like, man, you should shut the fuck up and get off social media for a bit.
He was questionable, if I recall.
Extremely questionable. Yeah. He had a history of, some issues with him.
This might heat up. It might be wild.
I guess depending on what happens, it's kind of a shame John Byers died. What was that, last year? He died in a car accident?
Mark?
Yeah, Mark Byers, yeah.
Yeah, a couple years ago, last couple years.
Yeah. I couldn't even imagine what that would feel like for like Damien and the rest of them.
And how many other people sit in prison? Like, you're like, I had nothing to do with this, and there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. It's got to be maddening. Yeah. More to come on that, I'm sure.
Would you rather permanently lose feeling in your dangle or permanently lose your sense of taste? You want a broken dick or a broken tongue?
The taste, for sure.
You'd rather lose the taste?
Yeah. So maybe I wouldn't be so hungry. I'd drop a few pounds. Doesn't sound too bad.
I think you'd still be hungry. You just wouldn't crave it as much. It wouldn't be as exciting, right?
If you can't taste anything, who wants to eat?
And what's the fun?
Eat that shit in the Matrix that they slop out of the protein gook.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
All right. That was easier than I expected from you guys.
Well, I was kind of debating them, but then when you said the Matrix thing, that you could just take like this little jelly pack. Well, all right, fuck it.
Couldn't have sushi anymore, though.
I mean, you could still have sushi, just not going to taste it. That's the whole point.
Do I keep my sense of smell?
Yeah, it's just taste. Or you can't feel with. I mean, you can still get a hard on, but you can't feel anything.
So you won't finish in 3 seconds. So that might be a plus.
Would you even finish at all? I wonder.
I don't know. Nah, I'm going to keep my wiener.
You would just have nocturnal emissions.
Let's go with the wiener.
You would keep the wiener.
Keep the wiener feeling.
It's all psychological, though. Remember we talked about that with Peter Curtin.
Like you can still blow even if you're not hard. Yeah.
He was just doing it. He was just blowing his pants when he saw blood dripping from anything.
You won't feel it though. You're like,
Yeah. So it's shooting out.
what was that?
But would it feel even good at that point?
No, you wouldn't even feel it. You'd be like,
It's like peeing.
What
like,
was that?
oh, this isn't fun. Just stuff coming out.
yeah.
I mean, it does feel pretty awesome when you've been holding it for an hour and a half, waiting for like Ian to pause in a paragraph.
No more sushi would kill me though.
Yeah.
I'm torn here with the wiener and the sushi.
I think at this point in my life, I'm going to change my answer. I think at this point in my life,
That's why I like this.
I would rather keep my taste and taste food. I can deal with whatever.
It's like, I got a broke dick, but give me that sushi.
Yeah. Like,
Dave, you gonna stick with it?
Yeah, I'm going to keep the wiener. As much as I want to eat sushi every hour of every day.
When you smack a girl in the face with a good pollywop, you want to be able to feel it. You want to feel that
You
thwap.
have to, right?
You want to feel that thwap right in this cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah. When that mushroom stamp goes right across her forehead,
stamp.
you want to be able to feel it. When you mark her as yours, so to speak. All right, this is the last Would You Rather. It was actually a listener submission, and it was sent just for me, but you guys can answer, except it might be easy for you guys. For Mike, would you rather have someone playing with your nipples or have something stuck in your nose until your eyes water? I truly don't know which one to go with.
Say it one more time.
Would you rather have someone playing with your nipples? And I think they know that I'm very sensy with the nipples. Or would you have something stuck in your nose until your eyes water?
Like for how long do they have to play with my nipples?
And my question was, as soon as my eyes water, can I pull the thing out of my nose? I'm going nose, final answer.
I'm going nipples, final answer.
yeah, nipples for sure.
Yeah.
I don't want anything up my nose like that.
But as soon as your eyes water, you can pull the thing right out.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a razor blade, it's going to fucking slice you up. But, they didn't say that.
Hey, I think we just got in some audio of Ian at the sushi bar.
I am not hard in the slightest right now.
Because he's got a broke dick.
Oh, what was that from? When did I say that?
I think it was erotica.
Paranormal erotica.
I am not hard in the slightest right now.
TV Moms Edition. Julie Bowen from Modern Family. Eva Longoria from Desperate Housewives. Katie Sagal from Married with Children.
Who was the first one?
Julie Bowen. She was also in Happy Gilmore. She's the love interest in Happy Gilmore, the
I'm going
blonde.
to kill Katie Sagal, F Julie Bowen, and marry Eva Longoria. Final answer.
Okay.
No backtracking.
I'm going to
Like
kill
Ian with his
I'm gonna
penis.
kill Katie Sagal. I'm going to bang Eva Longoria. I'm going to marry Julie Bowen.
Okay.
I'm a big crush on Julie Bowen.
She was good on Curb this year at the sushi
She
place.
was. Yeah.
What did you say, Dave?
I said kill Katie Sagal, F Julie Bowen, and marry Eva Longoria.
Yeah. That's where I'm at.
Okay. Poor Katie. No respect for her.
I'm going to shoot her like Jax did in Sons of Anarchy.
I was just going to say her character in Sons of Anarchy would fucking rip all of her balls off, I think. I've not seen the show, but I heard it was good.
I hope that wasn't a spoiler, but the show's 10,
show's been
10
out.
years old, so sorry.
Stop it. We make no. All right, here's a listener submitted F, Marry, Kill
Do it.
from the movie Tombstone, the Earp Brothers. F, Marry, Kill, Kurt Russell, Bill Paxton, Sam Elliott. This one's easy for me. I'm going to kill Sam Elliott. I'm going to bang Bill Paxton. I'm going to marry Kurt Russell. I love all three, but you got to pick something.
That's a tough one.
F, Marry, Kill, Kurt Russell, Bill Paxton, Sam Elliott. Now I'm wondering, does that mean in character? Like, are you going to be banging Bill Paxton like with his mustache? Because then also Kurt Russell's going to cheat on you, right? Like he cheated on his wife in that whole movie. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's not the best choice. But I'm just basing it on the actors.
I guess I'm with you on that one. Sam Elliott's so fucking cool, though.
He really is. But I also love Bill Paxton, though, too.
Fun. But you want to hang out with Kurt Russell every day?
Oh, of course.
Snake Plissken. Come on.
Was that Escape from New York?
Yeah.
Okay. I know we always talk about our favorite Kurt Russell movies. That does not make mine. It makes yours.
I've never seen Tombstone, so
It's a really good movie.
That's pretty good.
I'm out.
If Val Kilmer was on this list, I'd be banging him.
He was Doc Holliday, right?
No, I'd be banging Val Kilmer in this for sure. I'd be his Huckleberry. You got to see Tombstone. It's a really good movie.
Yeah, I mean, I can picture.
Put it on that list that I put all my movies on.
I can picture like the poster or whatever for the cover or something, but
Yeah, that's all right. You don't have to answer them. You're exempt.
Val Kilmer was just sweating the whole movie because he had tuberculosis.
He was dying the entire movie, coughing up blood.
Like, die already, dude.
Meanwhile,
Come on, how are you
just
still alive?
Drinking whiskey more than any man today could probably consume. Like, that was when men were men, right? Like, everybody had a gun. Everybody was drunk.
Yeah.
Or not drunk, but you drank all day. I would have been the bartender, the guy who just gets slapped around all day, doesn't have a gun. It's just everyone's bitch. Like, here, hold my gun. And then you bitch smack him and ask for a whiskey. That'd be me, I guess.
They make you go up in the brawler rooms and mop up all the cum off the floor.
Yeah, I guess so. We went there. I guess we went there with it. I don't remember that scene in Tombstone.
Empty the spittoons out. Go clean up the spittoons and the jizz, bartender man.
All right, I got some more. F, Marry, Kill. Justin Bieber.
Kill.
Harry Styles. Nick Jonas.
Ooh, those last two. Don't love that.
Stop it. Nick Jonas is fucking awesome.
I'm gonna kill Harry. Well, I like Harry Styles. Some of his music.
I'm not sure I know who that is.
You can Google. You're allowed.
I don't think it's going to change anything.
He's a guy from One Direction. And he like went solo.
I don't know what that is either. I've heard that term.
This
This is where you and I branch off on some
I've
of
had
stuff.
time to think about this. I'm killing Harry Styles. I'm going to bang Justin Bieber. I'm marrying Nick Jonas.
I'm gonna
I have a big man crush on Nick Jonas.
kill Harry Styles.
Good.
Bang. Is it Joe or Nick? Who'd you
Nick.
say? Nick. Bang Nick Jonas. Marry Justin
Fucking
Bieber.
Joe Jonas. Get the fuck out of here, Joe Jonas. Ain't nobody got time for him.
Nick Jonas retweeted Mike one time. That's why he's in love with him.
He also was fantastic on that MMA show, which is why he retweeted me. That's a whole nother story for another time. He made me famous one night, and I had all these Nick Jonas girls tweeting me all night long. I've told you that story, right? Yeah. What was the show? Kingdom, I think? It's a fantastic MMA show. Fantastic. It only did 4 seasons, I think. Nick Jonas was on it. He was amazing. Tweeted him about it. And then I set my phone for a Apple update, turned it back on. I had all these notifications. He had retweeted me with appreciation and said hey, that means a lot. Thanks, man. Made me famous. I like to think he listens to the show.
He probably does. He's got the super hot wife, right? Nick Jonas?
Oh, yeah. Well, he's hotter, but still.
I like Justin Bieber a lot. It's like my guilty.
So you're gonna bang. You said bang Nick Jonas, and you married Justin. What's your answer, Dave?
Just because Ian
Keep in mind, all these men are 40 years younger than you. Go ahead answer.
So rude. Just because Ian loves Justin Bieber, I'm going to kill Justin Bieber because it's so offensive to me.
Dave's going to look Ian right in the eye and he slits Justin Bieber's throat. He's like, I hope your broke dick works now.
As Ian said,
I am not hard in the slightest right now.
He's all fired up. This angry Ian. He's like, I am not even hard right now.
So F Harry Styles, whoever that is, and marry Nick Jonas. Nick Jonas is cool.
Good answers. Harry Styles, the only thing I know about him is that he's just got this hair that goes up and up, right?
Yeah, he's not, in my opinion, he's not very attractive. I like some
and
of
I hope
his
no
songs,
14-year-old girls listen to this show because they're going to fucking maul you.
I do like Justin Bieber. I was a little surprised that Justin Bieber didn't show up on my top artists for 2021. I for real thought he would be in my top 5.
That's when you just don't even post it. You're just I'm gonna low key just keep that.
Yeah.
Baby. Oh, that's all I know from Justin Bieber.
He came out with a bunch of good songs this year.
All right, if you say so, man. He's got some nice tattoos, right? Doesn't he have sleeves now? Like both arms, full sleeves?
He was looking a little weird in 2020. He was kind of looking, there was that meme going around
Hey,
about
spoiler
him.
alert, we were all looking weird in 2020, man. Fucking locked up in our homes.
Like that he could have been one of Tiger King's boyfriends. The way he was looking with that mustache and stuff.
I don't even think I can look over at Ian anymore with this Justin Bieber information.
What do you think about this, Dave? Ian's listening
Put my hand up.
Ian's listening to Justin Bieber all night, and then at 4 a.m., he has to go to bed because that morning air makes him sick.
That's right.
That's the life I'm living.
Somebody tweeted me that. They're like, oh, about the morning air. I go, that's not me. I love the morning air.
Yeah, how dare you, sir? I think that whole, like, didn't he have like the long hair with the mustache too?
Yeah, it was getting
That's a
weird.
Canadian thing. There was some Toronto Maple Leaf hockey players, which is where I think Bieber's from, Toronto area, that did the same thing. Austin Matthews, who's one of the, stars of the NHL, had like the same little like fucking, hey, it's like a puberty mustache with your long hair. Get rid of it.
Ian's like, I love that Bieber look.
Goddamn, pal.
Did you ever see that mustache, Mike?
I'm gonna move on to the next one because now there's some good ones in this one. We're gonna go same era. I like to do eras in kind of genres, men and women. Women now. F. Mary Kill. Vanessa Hudgens, Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez.
Who was the first one?
Vanessa Hudgens. She's the hottest one. Smoking fucking show.
Yeah, kill Selena Gomez. Marry Vanessa Hudgens. I feel very odd.
And you fuck Ariana Grande,
these young
right?
girls.
And you
But yeah. Ariana Grande.
But I feel like they're all 25 plus. Like,
So creepy.
well, maybe so, pal. Sorry.
Can we get to the Betty White F. Mary Kill real quick?
Hey, your category's next, pal. It's next. Yeah, I agree with you. You're going to marry Vanessa Hudgens.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to bang Ariana Grande. You're killing Selena Gomez.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to kill Selena Gomez, bang Vanessa, and marry Ariana Grande.
Okay. I'll accept that.
Solid pick.
Poor Selena Gomez. I hope she doesn't listen to the show.
She used to date Justin Bieber, right?
That's reason enough to kill her right there.
I agree, man. Dave and I are agreeing way too much tonight on things.
Ian, you don't want to marry her so you can smell her vagina to see smell Justin Bieber's wiener in there somewhere.
Oh, it smells like Bieber dick.
I mean, I just said I like his music. I am not hard in the slightest right now.
All right. I promised Dave his category. Here we go.
I wonder what's in my category.
You got to pretend they're all attractive.
All right.
Looking like fucking corpses.
Oh my God.
F. Mary Kill.
What's that mean?
F. Mary Kill. And hey, don't forget I have men available also in this category next. F. Mary Kill. Joan Jett, Pat Benatar, Stevie Nicks.
It's ridiculous.
In all fairness, I didn't do that like on purpose, thinking it was like an age thing. I literally just wanted to do a men version of this. So I was like, now I got to come up with females.
Kill Pat Benatar, F. Stevie Nicks, marry Joan Jett.
I don't know what they look like today, but I'm not going to Google them all.
Always
I think
Joan Jett.
Stevie Nicks has always been. Does she have the best voice of the three?
Stevie Nicks?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's hot to me. I think I'm going to go with Stevie Nicks. Maybe I'll marry Stevie Nicks. I'll bang Joan Jett, kill Pat Benatar.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
You going to marry Stevie Nicks?
Yeah.
All right.
Kill Pat Benatar.
Guys, that was just the female version. And here we go. F, marry, kill.
Is this really necessary?
Hey, we do men and women for everything on this. Equal with the F, marry, kills. Ozzy Osbourne. Alice Cooper. Gene Simmons.
Oh my God.
F, marry, kill.
I'm going to kill Ozzy, F, Gene Simmons, and marry...
Alice Cooper?
Yeah, marry Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper seems like he would be super fun to hang out with.
I agree. I would marry Alice Cooper. I think I'd probably bang Gene Simmons, I guess, and then I'd kill Ozzy.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on that one.
Do we all have the same answer?
Yeah.
We agreed? All right. All right, decompress. We'll take a little break before the last two. The last two F. Murray kills we'll get to later.
Ozzy.
Dave, I hate to do this to you, but this is listener submitted. So we have to respect it.
Do we?
What do you think, gentlemen, of the Montreal Screw Job? Dave's like, headphones off. I'm going to put my feet up for a bit.
I've seen the wrestling with shadows, wrestling in shadows. What is it?
So for everyone who doesn't know, and I'll set it up for you, Dave, the Montreal Screw Job was a incident that happened in the WWE in November of 1997.
See, this is why he's the go-to guy on the podcast, the future wrestling podcast. Yeah. No notes on this.
Where in real life, Bret Hart allegedly did not agree to the finish of a match, which obviously wrestling is work. It's fake. Bret Hart did not agree to lose his title in a match to Shawn Michaels. So Vince McMahon came out in the middle of the match, ended it, and awarded the belt to Shawn Michaels. To this day, it is believed, allegedly, that Bret Hart was screwed out of his title in front of his home Canadian fans. It is probably the biggest scandal in pro wrestling. And I know non-pro wrestling fans are going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, this is all fake. Like, it's fake. But this is like someone going off script in front of 20,000 people and live on pay-per-view. They broke the script, screwing one of the competitors out and him not knowing, allegedly.
And there's also contract stuff going on there.
Yes, because Bret Hart was leaving the company. And so they needed to take their world championship off of him so that he can move on to another company. And, it's almost like if he was on a TV show on NBC, but he had signed a contract to go on a show on ABC. But in the middle of filming the NBC show, they said, oh, we'll give you a graceful exit. And then they fucking killed this character. Kind of like that. Dave, you said you watched the movie Wrestling with Shadows.
That's the documentary on Bret Hart, right?
On Bret Hart, who was the one that was screwed.
I've seen it.
I was telling the audience.
It's been a long time. It seems like there's a lot of risk in changing the script and not telling one party. Like, things could go wrong, right? Like, a lot of things could go wrong.
Parties.
Or not telling both parties.
Yeah. Because apparently Shawn Michaels, who was the opponent, was in on, hey, we're going to fuck Bret out of the belt tonight.
Like, that generally doesn't happen, right? Like, that seems like a big risk in front of a live crowd that something could go wrong.
It happens in smaller promotions, apparently, a lot. But it doesn't happen in front of 20,000 people in the biggest company on a pay-per-view where you have hundreds of thousands of people watching.
Just doesn't seem plausible. So I tend to think that McMahon and Bret Hart were in on it.
I never heard that until you brought that up not too long ago to me.
It seems likely. I don't know, but I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But Mike has convinced me.
We don't either, though. Like, we don't know. We're a couple fucking marks.
I feel like the other thing that's going on that plays a lot of context is WCW, where Bret was beating them in the ratings, beating WWE in the ratings.
For the first time ever, Vince McMahon was getting his ass kicked in the ratings.
And with Bret being the champion, there was nothing stopping him from going to WCW and taking the belt over there. And then in the world of wrestling, that would be
a huge slap in the face.
That would be terrible for your belt to show up on another company. That'd be like the UFC champion showing up in Bellator with a UFC title saying, I'm the UFC champion, but I'm fighting here now. And it's all
right. And that's you're not talking storyline. You're talking real life. Like, that would be disrespectful to a different company.
So the risk of that is worth the risk of changing and not telling Bret Hart?
I think so.
Okay.
When there's all that money involved in the ratings.
Well, and that's what Vince McMahon's argument is I did the next day he had a meeting with all of his wrestlers. He said, I did this for you so that we can still do our jobs and get paid.
Because that could have technically, or maybe could have, crushed WWE.
I have a half hour worth of thoughts on this that I'm not going to get into because I know that's not why people are tuned in. Maybe Ian and I have talked about doing a bonus episode one day for Patreon. That maybe we'll get into that. And obviously Dave will be welcome to join. He can just pull a mic for that episode and get hammered drunk. But I don't think Bret Hart would have shown up at another company with the belt.
No, I don't think he would have. Bret took himself very seriously.
He did
too serious.
It's a fake championship. It's not real. Yeah. It's all just gimmicks. It's just entertainment. You should be in wrestling to make money.
Yeah.
There was a little bit too much going on there with the Hitman character.
Yeah. It's not a sport. It's not the Olympics. It's fake. It's wrestling. You're the champ because they determined you're going to be the champ.
It is my favorite year of wrestling, though, 97. That whole stretch up until WrestleMania 14.
I agree.
All the drama going on behind the scenes is very interesting.
There's a lot to dissect and all that.
Yeah.
So anyways, I just wanted to answer the question. I don't want to go too detailed in it because I know I can fucking carry.
Well, I think Mike convinced me it's a work within a work within a work. So it's like an Inception work.
And
That's where I'm going with
100% what I think. I think in the end, pro wrestling is fake. So it's a work. But then Vince McMahon convinced a group of people that we're going to screw Brett out of the belt for real, which then was a work for them. But in my opinion, Vince told everybody that, not telling them, oh, by the way, Brett is also in on this.
So Brett was actually in on it.
In my opinion, Vince and Brett are the only two people that know they are both in on the entire screw job. I think it made Brett's stock go up and made him the hottest name in pro wrestling as he was going to a new company. It allowed Vince McMahon to become the biggest heel in WWE history, which led to them becoming the biggest company in history and ending WCW. I think it was all a work, my opinion. There are some wrestlers that think that as well.
Our fan of the show, Scott Hall, he's one of them, right?
Scott Hall, fan of our show?
Well, he shows up every once in a while.
Oh, is Scott Hall here?
Hey, yo. I still can't do it good. I practiced.
That was the worst one.
It was awful.
It's deep.
Hey, yo.
That's better. That's
Hey,
good.
yo.
That's good.
That's awful. Let's retire that character.
He says it more like lazy, though. Like he's just like, hey, yo.
Yeah. Hey, yo.
That's good.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, that was a good one. I don't know. I think I almost feel like that's like a far-fetched alien story or something. Like I want to believe that that's all a shoot. Like that Brett really did get fucked over.
Mm-hmm. And that very well could have been the truth.
Yeah. Like what's on face value with that? I like to believe that that's how it all went down.
Which is how it's portrayed in the movie Dave watched, the Wrestling with Shadows, which was a documentary that was like paid. I don't know if it was paid for by Brett, but it was Brett's documentary. It's very one-sided.
It's extremely one-sided.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, maybe more to come on that. We'll see if people are still even listening at this. Hello? Hey, you guys still there? Okay.
I am not hard in the slightest right now.
Oh, I disagree, sir. I think you are throbbing right now.
We could keep talking about that if you want.
Well, all right. I'm going to wrap this up with one more question and then two more F, Marry, Kills. I think I initially sent it to you guys as the top 5 worst people, but we can cut it down, whatever you guys have. In your opinions, from the beginning of this show, who are the worst people we have ever covered? The most despicable human beings we have covered.
You got
You
your
want me to
list?
go? I have a list in no particular order. Lake and Ing were just vile. Like that was very disturbing.
Disgusting.
Ariel Castro was also pretty vile. David Berg, the Children of God guy, like fucking your grandkids and all that shit. Pretty disturbing. BTK, just, I don't know. Just one of those guys you want to punch. And I guess Israel Keys. I mean, it was, last week or whenever it was, but he's just a punchable dick.
Yeah.
But it say Sagawa too. I hate that guy for some reason.
So arrogant and like cocky in his.
Yeah, like to go back after serving no time. He's on fucking TV and making fake movies about eating girls and stuff. Like,
And they like sprung that on that girl at the very end. Remember?
the movie they were making with.
Yeah.
Wasn't
like
that the one that they
it was
locked
like
him in
porn.
an apartment or something?
Yeah.
But then she ended up still fucking him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But she was kind of like put into a weird position.
She
in
was.
it.
Yeah.
It's very odd.
Awful. It's just awful. That's my list.
You brought us some really good ones there.
I had Children of God on my list, but I had Karen Zerbe, his wife.
Yeah.
So you had Berg and Zerbe.
I just put down Karen Zerbe. She is a vile human being.
Yeah.
And the fact that she,
Still going, right?
yeah, and then she used Ricky Rodriguez's death to kind of serve her own purpose. Like she set up RickyRodriguez.com and like, oh, Ricky's still going to be saved and suicide prevention. It's like, no, you caused this.
Yeah.
Right.
You wrote a book about fucking him since he was a baby.
Those videos of him are so sad.
Man. Yeah, Karen Zerbe is a terrible human being. Then I had Jeffrey Epstein.
Yep.
Just kind of Unit 731 as a whole. That whole thing.
Vile.
All of them.
There's a sentence in the leading, or when we're covering the rape of Nanking. I'm not even going to repeat it, but it's literally one of the worst things I've ever read in my life. Danny Rowling was particularly a piece of shit. And then I had Israel Keys on there just because it's fresh in my mind.
God damn. You guys took all the ones I was going to say too.
But I mean, the question.
And fucking Kevin from last week.
Kevin Faldos.
Yeah, fuck him. Kevin Faldos. Fuck you.
Well, in our list of people, I'm not sure he's one of the
He's B-list.
incompetent, maybe.
He's
but
B-list with Keith Raniere.
the question really is, though, like, what's the worst tasting kind of shit? Like, you know,
Yeah.
what kind of
that's
shit
true.
tastes
I
worse than the other shit?
We could almost list every episode we've done.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Yeah, I was trying to think of ones that like actually made me mad reading about. Karen Zerbe really pisses me off. There was something not that long ago that was maybe it was on Netflix or something, but Angie wanted to watch it, about Children of God. And I started kind of looking into that stuff again. And I don't even know why, because I knew it was going to make me mad, but like so fucking irritating just reading how she used Ricky Rodriguez's name after all this and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So fucking irritating. And that she's just, like you said, Dave, doing her own thing.
Yeah,
got it going.
still at it.
where do we put, guys like Jim Jones and fucking Scientology, dude? Like, where do you put them in all this? Like, just the amount of lives they've ruined. Maybe not killed.
That's true. How
but
do you
the amount
even
of
gauge
lives
that?
they've ruined?
I mean, Jim Jones is a mass murderer. I mean, how is he less vile than Issei Sagawa, who killed one person? I don't know.
Well, I think we get it. A lot of these people, there's the rape factor and, fucking the corpses and stuff. And maybe Jim Jones didn't do that. And what the fuck's Scientology guy's name?
L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron, that's right. See, I haven't been watching enough of that channel.
The Admiral, Mike.
Yeah.
To you.
Elron's story is so fucking funny. That race car one just cracks me up. So every time I think about it.
But those.
Oh, but now I came back as a blue race car driver. Okay.
Red.
Damn, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, he came back as a race car, where he died as a race car driver driving a red one, died, came back as a race car driver driving a blue car, died the same way, then came back a third time as a green race car driver, died again, and then he came back as something else.
Found something else to do. He's not good at driving race cars.
He gave up on that profession after 3 lifetimes.
Or like Rajneesh Puram, where they tried to fucking poison an entire town.
Mm-hmm.
I oddly find Ma Anand Sheila very likable. I think I said that on the show.
We know what he's doing. It's like, and some
Tough titties.
As soon as Ian said it, Dave's like, glasses on, looking at my laptop, and click.
Like, I know she tried to kill a whole town of people, and
Tough titties.
there's something very likable about her.
Is it her titties?
I agree.
She just, I don't know what it is.
She's funny.
Yeah.
She's really funny.
And some of it, you kind of see her point to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you don't, I guess if you don't look into it and you just see it on face value of these people don't want her in the community. Like if you just look at it from her argument, I guess.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's super fucking funny, that Tough Titties interview. Bhagwan is so mad. I've never seen hate on someone's face like that. Like he looked like he wanted to fucking kill her. She's just telling him tough titties.
The Australian 60 Minutes where they show her naked. And I'm like, 60 Minutes is way better in Australia. Drinking all those Fosters over there. They don't have censors on TV. It's great.
It's prison porn, right? They're all jerking off to it in their penal colonies, their cells.
That guy asks her about the attempted murder thing. that her assistant, like she put her assistant in, and she's like, oh, is he still alive? She's like, oh, then she must not have done her job right. Like, I didn't tell her to do that because she would have done it right.
Yeah, she's funny.
All right. Listener submitted Fuck, Marry, Kill. Samuel L. Jackson, Morgan Freeman, Denzel Washington. I do believe we've done this before, but I don't fucking remember our answers.
Sounds familiar.
Samuel L. Jackson, Morgan Freeman, Denzel Washington.
Kill Samuel L. Jackson, F, Morgan Freeman, marry Denzel Washington.
I think I'm with you.
I think I am too.
Denzel is one of my absolute favorite actors.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's a good looking guy too.
Yeah, I think you got to go with that. I think that's the answer.
Yeah.
They're all three great.
That's the answer.
I like that newer movie with him and Jared Leto.
The Little Things.
Yeah.
That was different.
I like
that. Was
it.
Interesting, yeah. Jared Leto's a freak, man. The characters he
He's
gets
something.
into.
Yeah, he also runs a cult now.
He is something else, that guy.
He's going to be in a new Marvel one coming up fairly soon. I can't
He's
remember.
good. He's a real good actor.
Which cult implodes first, Ian? Jared Leto's or Kanye's?
Kanye's probably.
You think so? We doing?
I can't imagine it would be
Kanye's
organized like,
No,
not good logistics
just
going
people
on.
wearing homeless clothes, $90 gray sweaters with gravy stains on them.
Gravies.
All right, the last F, Marry, Kill of 2021. I'm going to preface this by saying, consider them all in their prime. Fuck, Marry, Kill. Eve,
Oh, no.
Foxy Brown, and Lil Kim.
I knew this was coming. I thought he was going to forget about it.
Eve, Foxy Brown, Lil Kim in their prime.
There's two that I have a problem with on that.
Eve, Foxy Brown, Lil Kim in their prime.
I don't even know if I can answer this question.
It's like, this is Dave Melpod signing off.
I'm gonna kill Foxy Brown, F Lil Kim, and marry Eve.
I'm also going to marry Eve.
I had a big issue on who to F and who to marry there because Lil Kim in her prime.
I think I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to marry Eve. I'm going to fuck Lil Kim and I'll kill Foxy Brown, I think. But I do not have near the connection to them that Dave does. I've been saving this one. Literally, Dave and I talked about this off air like 4 months ago. And I was like, I am writing this down right now and saving this because he could not answer it at the time. And we're doing it at the end of the show, so he can't come back and change his mind. Eve, Foxy Brown, Lil Kim, all at their best.
I don't even know how to answer this question.
Isn't Eve married to like a really basic white guy?
Yes, I was just going to say that.
Which just gives you hope.
Eve
right?
loves goofy white guys.
Like we could like have a solid chance with Eve.
Well,
I mean, if
maybe
you're worth $500 million.
Yeah, maybe normal guys, not us. We're fucking losers. We just went 20 minutes on the Montreal Screw Job, Ian.
That's true.
We have no chance. Well, Dave might. We don't.
Eve's pregnant.
Yeah, it's mine. You see me on Maury. You are the father. I just look at the camera. I'm like, I told you.
There's too many angles to this. Like, Little Kim plastic surgery is so atrocious.
No,
like
in their prime.
I know, but if you marry her, presumably you're still married to her. And
That's
she
kind of
looks
what I was
like,
thinking.
I don't know what now.
Hey, that's true. You can use that however you want. That's why I said in their prime.
Because Lil Kim
I want that fucking
goes south.
I want that fucking titty out Super Bowl Lil Kim.
Yeah. Like Lil Kim.
Oh, no, that was Janet Jackson. Lil Kim had the titty out at the MTV Awards
With the
little
star
purple pasty.
yeah.
Eve, my first introduction to Eve, because it's me, was Barbershop, and I had such a crush on her in those movies. She'll fucking kick your ass. I like that.
Like Lil Kim, it gets weird with the plastic surgery. Eve just stays married to this.
I think you're talking me out of it. I think I want to bang Foxy Brown, and I'm like, kill Lil Kim.
Foxy Brown was so fucking hot.
Was she the original?
still
Was she the
is.
original Megan Thee Stallion? In my mind, that's how I see it, but I'm not as versed. I think I want to kill Lil Kim now. Still
I'm
married
sticking
Eve.
with, but
I'm gonna fuck Foxy Brown. I'm gonna kill Lil Kim.
I am gonna kill Little Kim in this scenario. I just
Damn.
I can't believe I'm even saying this.
He's going to be losing sleep tonight. Like, what the fuck did I say that for?
I'm marrying Eve, and Foxy Brown is so hot.
So that's my lineup then, with my change lineup. We're all marrying Eve.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't she have the paw prints on her titties?
Beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Lil Kim. That's what I got to go
Do you
with.
want some time to think about this?
No, I'm
just
good.
gonna take a piss break.
No? I'm just trying to picture 2021 Lil Kim with those weird plastic surgery.
That's no good. It's awful. It's awful.
Yeah, I don't know what
She
happened.
really fucked herself up, man. She doesn't even look like the same person.
All right.
That's a brutal FMK, if I
That's why I
must
saved
say.
it for last. So I saved it for the end. That was the big finale. Ian, anything we have to look forward to in 2022? I know everything's tentative. What might we cover?
We've talked about Richard Kuklinski.
The Iceman.
Yeah.
Stone Cold, if you will. I don't know anything about him. No. I'm just speculating.
I'd like to do Charles Manson.
What?
There you go.
That would be a good one.
Well, shit.
very
Now we're going to have to
interesting.
do him. People are going to fucking blow us up on that one.
He's a very interesting person.
People keep blowing us up on trying to do Ted Bundy. We covered him.
It was an informative 30-minute, all-encompassing expose on the man himself.
Get on Patreon. April 1st, 2021. We released Ted Bundy. Everything you need to know.
Yeah. Was
I
it
have
20
no
minutes?
interest
Half
anymore.
hour?
No interest. We already did it.
All right. So we're going to do some Manson this year, maybe some Kuklinski. We'd like to try to do a big name, like quarterly, because you got to space them out a little bit. You can't do them all at once.
Yeah.
So it's not that we're not going to get to these big names, because I know people have been, really into wanting us to do some. We're just trying to space them out a little, because if, we do them all at once, and what is there to build to? It's going to be a bunch of unknown people that might be good stories, but, they don't have the name value. So we're just trying to spread it out a little bit. And we try to mix up the topics too, to give you some aliens, some ghosts, some cryptids, some serial killers, maybe some more missing persons. We'll see. We have, January is going to kick off after our Patreon drop with a missing person episode, which we don't typically do and we don't love doing, but I think people seem to enjoy those. So
Try something different.
yeah, just see how it goes.
It's a good plan, guys.
Oh, all right. I don't know. Final thoughts. Ian, you got any final thoughts on 2021?
No, good year. I said in the beginning, I think this is the most content and happy I've been at the end of a year. So this has been a good year.
That's real good news.
So I just crossed off my FMR kills. Clean that page out. All right, Dave, you got final thoughts for this year?
No, I think it was a fun year. I had a lot of fun. I don't know. Like I'd be worried. Not worried. I'd be like if I was bored and didn't want to really do this anymore. But no, it's still fun. It's always fun.
Yeah.
How can you get bored with such tough FMR kills?
That's
right?
true. Gave me a migraine thinking about it.
I'm gonna have to come up with another one now for him.
I'm gonna go watch old Foxy Brown videos after this.
Make him feel better about his choice to kill Lil Kim. Then a Lil Kim video is gonna pop up and he's like, no. Fuck. All right. Yeah. No, we appreciate you guys listening. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. We like to just have fun and, give Ian a week off too. He doesn't have to do an outline. And, there's a good group of people that like when we just shoot the shit sometimes. So hopefully this episode was for you. If not, we understand, it's not a topic or anything, but
Merry Christmas, or hope you had a good Christmas, depending on when you're listening.
exactly. And a Happy New Year also.
That too.
You only get till January 3rd though, right? Larry David.
Can't
made that very
wish
clear.
no Happy New Year's after the 3rd.
All right, let's wrap this one up. Let's wrap the year up with some patron shout outs. How about these people? Fucking awesome. Signing up. Thank you very much to Jerica B. Bullock, running a pegging train on Dave and Mike's cryptid clit. Jesus.
Pegging trains. That's a new thing?
That's aggressive. Jordan Butcher, Sandra Adams, Shane Bennett, MJ's penis binky.
God.
Ashley Bennett Newton.
Didn't you say make a joke about that
Which one?
in the Michael Jackson episode?
What, the penis binky?
Yeah. It sounds like something you said.
Yeah, I think I did, actually. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Well, thank you to MJ's Penis Binky for joining Patreon.
I am not hard in the slightest right now.
Dakota Champa, Misty Ray, Jordan, Jared Gex, Candace, Silence 946, Grace Meehan, Lisa Alo, Spooky Pony 6969, Jasmine, Branch, Dave Mike Ians.
Like Branch Davidians?
Yeah, Dave Mike Ians. All right.
It's a new one we're starting pretty soon.
Leslie Walker, Ellen, Earl Turner, Frankenmugs, John Parks, Allie Eklund, Nina, Colt Dupree, Cody Smith, Aaron Arriaga, Dustin Jarvis's hot wife, Anna Griffith, Sylvia Beltran, Bud Grant, Cohen Griffin, Will's Wildlife, Harrison, Miguel, Tasia Douglas, Desiree Sains, Zach Zielinski, Addie, Emmy Vadine, Kate Shue, Matt Allen, Jared Butler, Sarah Moore, Never Close Your Blinds. Well, that's fucking stupid. Hope you like dying. Ordinary Bummer, Maddie Rose, Randy and Carlo, Sarah White, Melanie Heiso Nolan, Rachel Clue, Megan Lidwell, Melissa Bell, and Ravioli straight out of the can. Fuck yeah, brother. Thank you all very much. We are at patreon.com/Necronomipod. Ian, what do you got?
For iTunes, I have one for MDPBHB, Layla 0602, KB33, Lola 864, DHB 221, Albert Fish Daycare.
Jesus Christ. These fucking people.
Get those needles ready, right?
What was that game? Sack of Potatoes Over, where he would throw the kids over his back while he's naked and have them scratch his back. There was another game he played that was very strange.
Buck, hands up.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Buck,
Hands up.
just the name Buck, how many hands up sounds terrible.
We'll have to play that sometime. Then the Cool Down Media Christmas party.
Hey, interns, we're playing Buck, hands up.
We'll play Pin the Tail on the patron and Buck, hands up.
No. Pin the dick on the college mic and Buck, how many hands up. Spoiler alert, when they're blindfolded, it's actually me that they're going to be pinning a dick on and that they'll touch my schlong. It's not sexual harassment if they're doing it voluntarily.
And the last one is VBM 1011. Thank you guys for the awesome reviews.
Dave, what do you got?
I have a shout out. Someone requested this. Trevor, Samantha thinks you're cute. I think she wanted Trevor to know she has a crush on him. But I would also
wait. Say that again? Trevor.
A listener, Samantha, emailed the show, and her friend Trevor turned her onto the show, and she has a crush on him, and she wanted to shout out and say, Trevor, Samantha thinks you're cute. But I would say, Trevor, maybe make sure she puts out on a first date before you're springing for lobster or anything like that.
I agree. Trevor, be careful.
Don't throw your money away, pal.
Wow. I mean, if she's desperate enough to use us to try to get laid.
Yeah. I mean,
be careful, pal.
Maybe make her blow you on the way to dinner or something just to make sure she's for real.
There you go.
I don't know.
Apparently, we're matchmaking over here on Necronomipod.
You can do it, Samantha. Take care of Trevor. He's a good dude.
Fucking Trevor.
Other thing I have, Spotify now doing ratings on the app. So
no reviews.
No reviews, just ratings. So if you feel the need, give us a 5-star.
What are we at, Dave?
Not many.
But what's our star rating?
4.9.
God damn.
Let's keep it there.
Pretty good.
So
it's got to be some kind of a record.
That will never not be funny.
So head on over to Spotify if that's your preferred app of choice.
A lot of people listen on Spotify. Throw us a rating. Just click that little star review.
By far, the majority of listeners use Spotify.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. So Samantha's going to blow Trevor,
I hope so.
or he's not going to spring for that sushi.
No. Go to McDonald's then.
Give her the
Here's
old,
some chicken
give her
nuggets.
the filet o fish. Give her the filet o fish instead of that sushi. There you go, toots.
Fucking things always look like people are just punching in the bag.
The thing is, they taste so fucking good.
They do. You just got to put it back together and get around all that tartar sauce that's just smashed everywhere.
Like, are the directions in Braille as a blind person assembling this sandwich?
When they give you a filet o fish, it's like a assemble yourself. Here's the parts.
Yeah.
Right.
Go home, make it yourself, and that's fucking awesome. But you got to build it yourself.
It's for real. Like someone just fucking threw it in the bag as hard as they could.
What?
It's like they were filming a training video on how not to make a filet of fish sandwich.
But the thing is, no other sandwich comes that way. Why the fuck are they so pissed about the filet o fish?
Very strange.
It's so way. The next day, I like get it out of like the deep freezer. They're like, I gotta fucking dip this now in the oil. I gotta fucking throw it in the whatever and cook it. Put some fucking lettuce on this. Give me the fucking tartar sauce. It's pissing me off.
It's like the Chappelle bit. Why? Fuck them. That's why.
You know where that won't happen? Culver's when that opens up.
Looking forward to it.
I think our next month's Necro lunch is gonna be Culver's. Spoiler alert: we're not going fancy. We can take a picture of our three goofy ass faces in front of a Culver's. All right. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Necronomipod. Amazon.com, search Necronomipod for all of our merch. And patreon.com/Necronomipod if you want the bonus content, including all of our Sunday shows, early and ad-free. We appreciate you guys giving us a kick-ass 2021. It's been pretty humbling for all of us and incredible, and looking forward to next year. We got some good things coming up. See ya.
All right. You guys ready for a cool down beer?
Cheers.